Good afternoon, everyone, and it's a wet and cold day here at Holloways Park for today's Evo6 Southern Premier League match between Slough Town and Dunstable Town. This is Rebels Radio. My name is Aid. I'm joined in the commentary box by Will. Good afternoon, Will.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Not too bad. We are sponsored by Myfootballclub.co.uk and also the Slough Town Supporters Trust.co.uk. They are the sponsors of Rebels Radio, and we will bring you all the action from today's game here at Holloways Park between Slough Town and Dunstable Town. Slough, fourth highest scorers in the Southern Premier League versus Dunstable, joint fifth highest scorers in the Premier League. Will there be goals galore with the way that Slough have been defending lately? I believe there will be. I'm sure that there will be. If you do want to contact us, apparently you can contact us on something called Twitter, and our Twitter handle is at MyFC Rebels Radio, all one word, all in lower cases. And I believe also there is a way somehow, we've just found this out, but apparently when you're listening on YouTube, if you scroll down the page, apparently there's a bit that says comments, and we're not sure because we've never used it before, but apparently there is a way of leaving a comment on there. So if you want to do that, we'll try and give you a shout out of some kind today. See how it goes. We'll give that a trial and error. I'm not good with computers, but you seem to know what you're talking about.
We'll see if we remember first.
Yeah, try and remember. Depends how good the game is, doesn't it? We'll run through the teams with you, starting with the visitors today. In goal is Jamie Head, 2 Howard Hall, 3 Zach Reynolds, 4 Daniel Talbot, 5 and captain is Jamie Calixi, 6 Adam Pepperer, 7 Adam Watkins, 8 Daniel Longer King, 9 is Lee Roach, 10 David Keelyside, 11 is Gary Wharton. Substitutes for Dunstable today: 12 Connor Coolcutt, 14 Steve Wales, 15 Chris Vardy, 16 Steve Wake, and 17 is player manager Tony Fontenelle. For the Rebels, there's only a small smattering of Rebels players here today. Mark Scott is in goal, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 is Jai Dillon, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 and captain is Dan Hicks, 6 Brian Hope, 7 Lewis Putman, 8 Nathan Webb, 9 Scott Harris, 10 Ed Smith, 11 Warren Harris. Substitutes for the Rebels: 12 Jake Parsons, 14 Gherkin Gockman, and 15 is Lee Barney. Substitute referee today is Benjamin Knight, and he is assisted by Dave Cotton and Robert Ablett. So a couple of changes to the Slough side. Ryan Hope obviously coming in for the injured Lee Rumbold, and then a striker switch. Scott Harris, do you think he deserves a run in the team?
I think he provides a different option to Lee Barney, and last couple of games Barney hasn't had too many chances, so give Scott a couple of games at the end of the season, see what we can do.
Yes, and it's normally the games against Dunstable are quite eventful. We've seen some red cards, we've seen some controversial sendings off, we've seen some sendings off that weren't sendings off, and the one thing that we have seen in most of the games between these two sides is goals, as the chairman just walks past and waves hello. So I think we're in the way that Slough play, and the fact that 76% of Slough games end up with both teams scoring. I think goals galore today. What about you? Yeah,
looking at the stats, in Slough's home games, they've conceded at least one goal in 78% of the home games, and Dunstable have conceded at least one goal in 80% of their away games.
In fact, I believe Dunstable have conceded a goal in their last 12 away games in a row. So they've maybe caught the Slough defending bug. That's maybe what it is. Also today there's a couple of postponements already. The snow that has swept the country has called off a couple of games in our league. Cambridge versus Chippenham, that's been postponed, and Kings Lynn versus Hungerford, as far as I know, has been postponed. I'm not sure if there are any more as of yet, but that's what I've got at the moment. But we'll check Twitter as we go through. The other games in the Southern Premier League are Chesham versus Bedworth, Frome versus Biggleswade, Hitchin versus Dorchester, Kettering versus Cirencester, Merthyr versus Leamington, Poole versus Histon, St Neots versus Portland Rovers, Stratford versus Bideford, and Weymouth versus Redditch. And we're just the substitutes are just warming up on either side, and a nice little crowd here. About an hour and a half before kick-off, there was a horrendous, I think you'd call it sleet storm, almost like sleet hailstone storm that hit the Slough area, and we're here at Beaconsfield, only about 7 or 8 miles away from that area, and it was quite a storm, but thankfully it does seem to have stopped, and there was some lovely blue sky that's been and gone, and coming over from the right hand side is there's a tiny bit of blue sky and a little bit of grey sky. At the moment it's not too raining. The pitch, for those of you who maybe listened when we played Leamington, there is a patch just literally by where the press box is to the stand on the main left hand side that runs along the pitch. There's a patch of pitch there which is quite bare. And it was the downfall of Paul Stonehouse a couple of weeks ago when his back pass got caught in that. Apart from that, the pitch doesn't actually look that bad, does it?
It looks quite fine, actually. There's a fair bit of grass on it. As you said, as long as it doesn't rain, there won't be too much mud, and hopefully the conditions will be playable. No,
but I've already spoken to the referee who was warming up in the corner, and he said that unless there's an absolute torrential downpour and puddle start appearing, there'll be no problem with this game continuing, so this game will go ahead. And against a Dunstable side who are in a good run of form in the last 10 games. They're sitting third in the form table last 10 games. They've won 6, drawn 1 and lost 3. And of those 3 losses, they've actually come in their last 4 games.
Yeah, so hopefully this is a good time to be playing them. But we'll have to wait and see, because Slough haven't had the best home form either, losing the last 3 of 4 this year, I believe.
Yeah, and do you know when the last time that Slough lost 4 home games in a row? Without looking at my notes.
Got to be 5-6 years ago.
It was the season 2010-2011 where, under the tutelage of ex-manager Steve Bateman, Slough lost 5 league games in a row between September the 14th and the 9th of November. Those losses were to Marlow, Daventry, Leighton, Rugby and Burnham. And it's been a while since that they've lost 4 in a row in a home, but this could be the case. And Dunstable, again, they've when we played them earlier in the season, where Slough won 3-1 through goals from Charlie Strudden, Warren Harris and Charlie Empire. Dunstable were on a great run at that time, where they'd only lost twice in 13 games before the Rebels turned up. They're on a kind of similar run at the moment, which is why they're in 8th position. So hopefully Slough will get the better of them, and we'll get... good. The players are just coming into the tunnel now. So, like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us, apparently there's a thing on YouTube that, on the page that you go to, I'm not sure, it says something about comments. It might come up. I don't know. Who knows?
I think it's on the page you've been listening to the video. On the right hand side, I think there's a little commentary chat. We'll wait and see if someone posts that.
Someone might get bored once and just come down and put it through. Also, so contact us on Twitter. So we'll just run through the teams with you again. Also, there is going to be a game on Wednesday. We're not 100% sure at the moment if we're going to be able to get down to Frome in time to broadcast. If we can get transport down there, then we'll broadcast, but that depending on if there's a coach running or if not. So just run through the teams with you again, as they're just in the tunnel waiting to come out. Starting with our visitors, Dunstable Town. In goal is Jamie Head, 2 Howard Hall, 3 Zach Reynolds, 4 Daniel Talbot, 5 and captain is Jamie Kalitsky, 6 Adam Pepera, 7 Adam Watkins, 8 is Daniel Longer King, 9 Lee Roach, 10 David Caleyside, 11 is Gary Wharton. Substitutes for Dunstable: 12 Connor Coolcutt, 14 Steve Wales, 15 Chris Vardy, 16 Steve Wake and player manager 17 Tony Fontanelle. For the Rebels, in goal is Mark Scott, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 Jai Dillon, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 Dan Hicks captain, 6 is Ryan Hope, 7 Lewis Putman, 8 Nathan Webb, 9 is Scott Harris, 10 Ed Smith and 11 Warren Harris. And substitutes for today: Jake Parsons 12, 14 Gherkin Gottman, Lee Barney 15.
Yeah, there's not a very big Slough substitutes bench, and hopefully it won't be needed in this game.
No, apparently Lee Rumbold obviously picked that injury up at Tuesday's game. Came off after about 20 minutes, and I believe that Paul Coyne is still not 100% fit at the moment as well. So and Lee Barney's been dropped down to the bench. He's not scored a goal at home yet, has he?
No, not yet, but he has scored 1 or 2 good goals and important goals for us in the past. So hopefully, when he does get a chance back in the team, you'll find his goal scoring form.
Yeah, he's scored all of his 5 goals so far away from home. So that's maybe not the best. So maybe when we hopefully return to our new ground in the summer, if he's still with us, he'll maybe score a hat for the goals there, because he'll have saved all those ones up from this season. So we're a couple of minutes away from kick-off. We're just waiting for the referee, Mr. Knight, to just placing the ball down. Dunstable just running for a little jogging routine on that far hand side. They're in a blue and white hooped shirt, very much similar to what QPR would play in.
All Reading.
With
All Reading.
Oh, we don't mention Reading. Don't mention the other team from Berkshire. They've also got blue shorts and blue socks. Their goalkeeper is in a fetching two-tone purple outfit today, with black shorts and white socks. Mark Scott, the Slough goalkeeper, is in his Jolly Green Giant, all in green, and he's not got some horrendous coloured boots on today either, so that makes a change.
Yeah, plain black ones which are gonna they won't look dirty by the end of the match.
Unlike his goalkeeping top the other day, the two captains are just talking to each other in the centre circle. We're a little bit late kicking off here. It's already 3 o'clock. It looks like Slough will be kicking their usual way of right to left for the first half, so they'll be aiming at the small shed end, as the Slough fans will just walk round as some Dunstable coaches just take a seat in the stand. Slough will also have the kick-off, as Dunstable will just go into the little hokey-cokey routine, where they'll just link arms, one leg in, one leg out, in, out, as there's just a little team huddle for them. They're all set, just waiting for Mr. Knight, the referee, to get the game kicked off in his own time. Gary Wharton, the number 11, is feeling the cold already. He's got gloves on. Just waiting for the referee. The referee's just taking his time today. No particular hurry. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. There you go. Game finally starts. And Slough knocked the ball back to Guy Hollis, who slips straight away and hits the ball straight at Talbot. Comes out on the far hand side to Keeley side, up in the middle. Headed on by Watkins, trying to find the run of Lee Roach, who's also wearing gloves as well today, but he lets the ball run out. First throw-in of the game on the far hand side to Slough, and Slough so far haven't got out their own half.
Still early doors.
It's very early doors.
Looking at Daniel Talbot, who's wearing number 4, but he is playing up front. It's unusual.
I think he plays as an attacking midfielder normally. So the ball's just been thrown on to Talbot, and he's just been challenged there by Warren Harris, and Slough won the free kick. But Talbot just seemed to get caught there by Warren Harris. He's just gone down. He's just getting up to his feet now. Just seemed to get caught on the ankle. And it's going to be a free kick to Slough. Mark Scott will get the game back underway with taking this free kick as the Slough faithful make their own way round. Just Dunstable have come here with some flags. There's about the flags on the main stand there as Mark Scott gets the game underway. The one clearly headed away by Kolotsky up to Roach. Roach in the centre circle. Does well to keep the boys. Actually won a free kick in the centre. Hopefully the referee's going to let this game run a little bit, as Dunstable had the ball there, but unfortunately he just decided to call that a free kick. And they take it quickly with Kalitzky looking for the run of Wharton. Well spotted by Dillon, and then Nathan Webb trying to add to the clearance. It will come through to Putman, but the ball just spins out of play before him. It's a throw-in to Dunstable, which the right-back Hall just comes forward to take. 10 yards away from the Slough penny. Gives it to Talbot. Back towards Hall. Hall plays it inside, looking for the run, and just a flick there by Keeley side trying to find Talbot, but just over his head and out for a throw-in. There's a goal already in the game between Maidenhead United and Margate. Maidenhead leading that one 1-0. So we just wait for a long throw. Looks like Dylan's they're going to leave this throw to Dan Hicks. Maybe Dan's been practicing some long throws. So Hicks with the throw. It's been flicked on well by Scott Harris. Comes through to Watkins, up to Webb. Webb wins the ball in the midfield, but his ball breaks out on the far hand side to Reynolds. Reynolds finds it, his path blocked by Webb. In towards Warren Harris, and a heavy challenge there by the player on to Warren Harris, but the referees let the game go. It's just a little bit mucky in that field. It's come through on the far hand side. Fraser evades a challenge, and Ryan Hope clears up, goes back to his goalkeeper Scott, and Scott this time good ball down, looking for the head of Smith, but it's seen by Kalitzky, and it's come through. Dillon does well to win the ball off the head of Wharton, up to Putman. Putman crosses the halfway line, back towards Dillon, plays ball forward looking for Smith. He's waiting for the ball to come, and Kalitzky comes across and headers that one. It's out for a throw-in on the halfway line, which Dillon takes. Does it quickly to Webb, gives the ball back to Dillon, plays it in towards Putman. Putman just being marked closely there, turns, still got the ball, playing it forwards, but it's come off Wharton, and it's come out for a Slough throw, and it's about halfway inside the Dunstable half.
Slough finally got the ball into the opposition half and going to try and keep it here with dangerous throwing. It's been crossed in, looking for Ed Smith, but it's cut out. That's been cleared, but it's only as far as Putman to pick the ball up.
It's come out to Webb. Yeah, Webb's got the ball now. Just going to chip the ball into the centre, looking for Scott Harris. Scott Harris does well to chest the ball down, passes it outside for his brother Warren, but just plays it a little bit behind him. He got Sean Fraser on the overlap. Warren Harris still got the ball. He's going to cross the ball in at the far hand side. The goalkeeper under no pressure whatsoever. Easily grabs that, and Head just turns and looks to try and get Dunstable on the break quickly. But he's just decided to hold the game up a little bit there. And the Slough fans have just decided to get underneath the shelter, whether it's raid because it's too cold, as the long kick forward by Head is headed down by Hollis. It's come and broken out through Pepera looking for the run of Wharton on the edge of the box, gets a cross in early, and at the far post is Danny Talbot, and he's stretching to reach that one, but he can't get to the ball and fires it over. So just laughing there because there's a gentleman in front of us who has brought his dog to the game, and he's got a chair for him, a chair for the dog, and he's just putting a coat on his poor little poo. I might have to take a photo of that actually, because that's I don't know, is it like a little pug thing, or is it a French bulldog or something? I don't know what the dog.
A small pug.
Yeah, I think it may be like a French bulldog is the or whatever it is, but he's wrapping his little dog up nice and safely as Mark Scott gets the game underway. It's been flicked on, cleared by Talbot with an overhead kick, looking for the run of Roach, but Hollis comes across, but ball only comes as far as Watkins, challenged by Sean Fraser. Good challenge by Fraser, plays the ball down, but just out of play and out for a throw in to Dunstable. And it's thrown on the far hand side, which will be taken by Reynolds, just by the away dugout. He's taking his time with the throw. Looks for the throw for Longer King. Comes out and breaks for Webb. Webb turns across his own penalty. Just plays it back to Hollis. Hollis with a long ball forwards. Looking for Klitsky. Scott Harris jumped a little bit too early. It's cleared by Dunstable, and Hicks comes across with a header, and he heads it into the path of Lee Roach. Lee Roach lets the ball run out for a throw in on that far hand side.
It's taken quickly. It's back to Roach. He's going to look for crossing, but it's blocked there by Sean Fraser.
And it's the first corner of the game. Goes to Dunstable. And Dunstable have got some voices there behind the goal, just making a little bit of noise. It's going to be Keeley side with this corner from the far hand side T-bar, as it's called. And apparently this thing on YouTube works. Someone said hi, so we know that something's working, which is it makes a change for me with a computer. Ball's crossed into the middle, bit of a rundle. It's come out to Scott Harris. It's cleared by Putman, but not the best of clearances. And Smith trying to win it back for Slough. He gets to the ball first, but can't keep it in play, and out for a throw-in on the far-hand side, which again will be taken by... they're going to leave it for Reynolds. Reynolds just coming up to take this now when the captain Kalitsky's just come back from that corner. It's been flicked on the far-hand side by Talbot. Looking for the run of Keeley side, cleared by Warren Harris, and out for a throw-in on the far side.
So it's going to be about in line with the edge of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, and it's taken quickly in towards Talbot. Goes back out on the far-hand side to Pepper. It's been crossed into the middle. Hollis with a clear header. Come through to Putman. Putman flicking the ball on, trying to find Scott Harris. Scott Harris in the centre circle. Turns, controls it well, but his pass trying to release Ed Smith just wasn't the best, and it's been broken up by Dunstable. Playing the ball out on the far-hand side, looking for Talbot. Talbot wins the ball from in front of Warren Harris, gives it to Keeley side. Good challenge there by Warren Harris. It breaks to Nathan Webb. Webb just plays the ball inside to Ryan Hope. First time he's been on the ball this game. Plays it out to Dillon. Dillon gives it to Putman. Putman cuts back inside Wharton and then tries to go break up for Ryan Hope. Gives the ball back to Putman. Some good play here by Slough. Back in towards Ryan Hope, but poor challenge. Talbot won the ball and he's just slipped and lost it, giving it to Putman. Putman goes past the challenge of Daniel Longer King. Gets a cross in. It's hit Pepara and it comes through to Kalitsky, whose clearance isn't the best. Slough win it back through Ryan Hope. And a touch there off Daniel Longer King puts it a throw in to Slough. And they're going to take this. Looks like they're going to try and take this one quickly. No, they're just going to wait a second and slow the game down a little bit. Ball's thrown into Ryan Hope. Plays it into the middle looking for Webb. Scorer of that goal on Tuesday night. Webb plays the ball out to Fraser. Fraser immediately closed down by Keeley side. Plays it off Keeley side and out for a throw-in on the far hand side. Now switching the play. Fraser to take the throw. Looking for Scott Harris. Scott Harris chests the ball down, but challenge there on the far hand side by Pepper. It's come out to Lee Roach gives it to Watkins. Watkins plays it outside to Keeley side, trying to get the ball back, but Guy Hollis will be first to the ball. Keeps it in play. No, he just comes off a Slough, plays out for a throw-in, not far from the halfway line. Early doors, but...
Slough looking better in the last minute or two here, after a bit of pressure from the first few minutes from Dunstable. Looks like Putman's getting a bit of joy down left-hand side, going past a couple of players. Yeah,
ball's been thrown up towards Smith. Smith wins the ball. He's just trying to evade it. Watkins does well to go past a couple of challenges. He's still got the ball, goes past 3 challenges, trying to play the ball into Roach. It's come through to Talbot, and then Fraser does well under pressure from Talbot to head the ball back into the arms of Mark Scott. And Scott will just... He's got a nice little penalty. It's quite clean on the penalty areas at the moment. Long kick here by Scott, looking for Scott Harris. Beaten to the ball first. It breaks nicely to Longer King, but it'll come out to Dylan. Dylan trying to head it into the path of Putman. Putman does get the ball, bounces over a Dunstable player's head, cuts inside, plays it back towards Webb. It's come through. Poor touch there by Ryan Hope, and it's come through. And Hope will get the chance to win the ball back for Slough. Plays it out to Fraser. Slough just rushing the tempo a little bit, giving the ball away cheaply. Ball by Keeley side, trying to find Roach, but good defending by Guy Hollis. Plays it back to Mark Scott, and then Scott does well to evade the on-rushing Lee Roach and pass the ball back out to Hollis. Hollis just a long ball down, looking for the run, and Slough got 2 players. It's Putman trying to get there, but the goalkeeper head chests the ball down outside of his end, and as he kicks it clear, he hits it straight at Ed Smith, and it bounces out kindly. But Lewis Putman in a good central position there for that ball over the top.
Yeah, Putman looking to get forwards and try and help out, make a front 3 when he can.
It's been a goal in the game between Poole Town, who are top of the table, and Histon. Poole lead 1-0. Slough the ball on the right hand side. Overhead path into the path of Ryan Hope. His ball is just overhit. Putman will chase this one down, doing well to keep this ball in. Does keep it on that far hand side. Immediately closed down by Hall, and Slough win a throw in. There's also a goal in the game between Chesham and Bedworth. Chesham have taken the lead in that game as well, so both games there 1-0. Slough have got a throw in on the near hand side. They're going to let Guy Hollis come to take this one, so Slough going to just launch a long throw into the box.
See how this one goes, because Dunstable have got some very tall centre backs, quite a bit taller than the Slough attack,
and just waiting for Hollis to just power this one into the box. It's cleared as by Scott Harris. It will break kindly to Lee Roach, beaten to the ball by Nathan Webb. Fraser as well to put the pass over to Guy Hollis. Hollis first time crossing to the centre, and Jamie Head just waits for the ball to land into his hands as Scott Harris tries to get there first, and Head will get a long clearance down, trying to get Dunstable forwards. It's headed by Dylan and then flicked on by Webb, but will break through on the far hand side to Reynolds. Reynolds just gives it to Watkins. Watkins crossing the halfway line, closed down by Webb. Back out to Reynolds on that far hand side. Back towards Watkins. They're trying to just get that ball over the top, looking for the run of Lee Roach, and Hollis as ever comes over and clears it up. It's a throw on the far hand side to Dunstable just by the T-bar, if you've ever been to Holloways Park, on that far hand side. Do you think Slough will have to start naming parts of the ground when they get a new ground built?
Well, we'll have to see if there's a T-bar first, if we can...
I'm sure there'll be a T-bar.
Yeah, we'll have to find some new nicknames for parts of the grounds.
So throw quickly on the far hand side, taken, and it's a ball into the box by Keeley side. It's just going to bounce over the head of Wharton. Wharton will do well to keep this ball in. Up against Dylan on that far hand side, and the linesman says it's come off Wharton last. It'll be a goal kick to Slough.
One problem we will have is the very first match of the game. We won't be able to say if you've come here before. Is there?
Well, if they come for a friendly.
Well, as if we have any home friendlies.
I would hope so. So yeah, big year for the Rebels, 2016, and their home form needs to improve a little bit if they're going to attract some more people into Slough. There is, if you've ever followed the photos of Gary House, who's the club photographer here, he has actually set one up on his Flickr account with sections of the stadium as it's being built. Ball's in the centre. It's won by Scott Harris, and there's a free kick there for a high foot there by Daniel Longer King on Scott Harris. So Slough have a free kick just on the edge of the D of the centre circle, just inside the Dunstable half. Ryan Hope standing over this one. Slough sent forwards Dan Hicks to add some height into the box. He's being marked by his fellow captain Jamie Kalitsky. As Ryan Hope just chips the ball into the box, looking for Hicks. It's come off him. It's headed away by Hall. Ball will come through to Dylan. Dillon trying to keep the ball in on that far hand side. He's been closed down. He's won a throw in that side. Dan Hicks is clapping Ryan Hope there for that good ball in. And Slough going to again try and put some pressure, taking the throw quickly. It's come out to Hollis. Hollis heads the ball forward, but it's headed away by Longer King towards Talbot. Talbot does well to flick the ball out to Keeley side. Keeley side looking for the run of Roach. Roach up against Hollis, and again Hollis comes over. Good defending by Guy Hollis. Clears the ball out on the far hand side for a throw in, and we can see some gorgeous blue skies today now.
It's even a bit of sunlight. It's a miracle.
So the ball's played up towards Pepara. Pepara plays the ball in, gives it away to Ed Smith. Smith's got the ball, trying to release Scott Harris. Cleared by Reynolds. Up towards Talbot, who does well to flick the ball on, looking for Roach, and Roach just caught Hollis as Hollis cleared the ball on the far hand side. It's come off a Dunstable player, and it's a throw into Slough. And a bit of silly things in the Dunstable dugout there, just stopping Slough from getting the ball. Fraser takes a throw, looking for flick on of Scott Harris. It comes in the middle to Kalitsky. He's got time to bring the ball forwards for Dunstable. He's looking for the run of Wharton. Plays it into him into that boggy part of the pitch, and Wharton slips, and Dillon trying to get the ball off him. Does well to win the ball back. Now with Putman. Putman will got Wharton trying with him, and Putman just scoops the ball clear and out of play for a throw, but good defending by Dillon there.
Yeah, he held Roach up and waited. Sorry, not Roach. Wharton. He held him up, waited for Putman to help out, get a 2-on-1. They won the ball back very well.
Yeah, so throw taken by Hall, looking for Roach. Well won by Hicks, but it falls to Wharton, and then Hicks can help get the ball clear, only as far as Putman. Webb loses the ball, breaks to Watkins in centre midfield, and Fraser just ducks a challenge there, but Guy Hollis was behind him, brings the ball forward now, and Guy Hollis turning into the Beckenbauer of Slough as he comes forward, and he's now hopelessly out of position. He's not trying to get back, and the ball is with Lee Roach. Roach just being approached. He's taken on one player. He's gone past Dillon, but it breaks kindly to Putman with a good challenge there by Dillon, and Putman, again, not the best of clearances by Putman. It's out for a throw-in to Dunstable, but good to see Guy Hollis bring the ball out with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, it was really good to see, but unfortunately he didn't have much support with him.
And now we can't see because the sun's out and it's blinding us.
Also a really good slide tackle by Jay Dillon to stop the oncoming rush of Wharton and Roach for Dunstable.
Leamington have just taken the lead at Merthyr. Leamington won 4 out of their last 5 games, and they've taken the lead in Wales, 1-0 to them. Ball's thrown in by Hall. It's flicked on by Watkins, looking for Roach. Roach just loses out, and Dillon plays the ball down. It's up towards Kalitsky. Kalitsky with a clearance inside. Up towards Talbot. Talbot, good little flick on there, but no other Dunstable player read the ball, and Talbot's going to chase his own flick on down. Fraser's got the ball now for Slough inside his own half, being closed down by Talbot. Just plays the ball down the line, too far close to Longer King, who plays it to Watkins, and Dunstable just keeping the ball on that far hand side. Ball's flicked forward looking for Roach. Again, Hollis is underneath it. Roach got to it first, and Hollis is adjudged to have fouled, and it's a free kick to Dunstable. And I'm not sure what's going on in the Kettering game, but it's not come up with a goal, and then apparently it's 3-0. So Kettering are apparently 3-0 up after 12 minutes. Not sure.
Cirencester 12th versus 13th there in the league.
So Dunstable will have a free kick. It's about 15 yards inside the Slough half. It looks like Talbot is the man over this ball. Again, both centre halves gone forwards for Dunstable, but that's a poor free kick, far too close to Slough goalkeeper Mark Scott, who grabs the ball and rolls it out, trying to release Putman. Putman in a foot chase here with Hall. Ball just counts in between his leg, but Putman just cuts inside him. Still got the ball as Putman. He just drills across in. Oh, it's come all the way to the far post to Warren Harris. He does well to keep. Oh, he's offside on the far side. Lovely drilled ball in there by Lewis Putman. I think he was aiming for the head of Ed Smith, and Smith was expecting the defender to get it, wasn't he? It just eluded the head of the defender. Smith couldn't control it, and then Warren Harris got it on the far post, but was offside.
Yeah, Putman did really well as the ball was just bouncing really awkwardly between his legs, and they cut back, allowing Hall to run past him. As I said, great drilled cross, which is Slough going to need to do to try and beat the height of the Dunstable defence. And yeah, I think Ed Smith wasn't expecting it to get all the way to him, but he was offside. Yeah,
head with the goal kick. It's flicked on by Webb. It's pushing the back there by Watkins, but the referee leaves it, and Dillon just some good defending. Lets the ball run through to Mark Scott in the Slough goal. So that's 18 minutes gone here at Holloways Park. It's Slough Town 0, Dunstable 0. Scott just launches a long kick forward. It's over the head of Scott Harris to Warren Harris. Flicks it in towards Smith, and Smith just can't get to the ball before Jamie Head, the Dunstable keeper, does well to just get to the ball as it bounced just in front of Smith. As the sun comes out, we can't see anything, so we'll just wing it like we normally do, won't we?
Yeah, we'll talk rubbish like we normally do. Yeah,
You do.
yeah.
Head with the clearance, aimed again towards Roach. Again, Hollis wins the ball for Slough. Flicked on by Warren Harris, but cleared by Longer King. Up towards Keeley side, and his challenge by Fraser's it's clean. Up towards Scott Harris. Scott Harris does well to get to the ball for us, and just caught there. He's looking for a free kick, but the referee says no. Ball's played forward. Hicks chests the ball down in mid-air, trying to bring the ball forward. He's just caught by Watkins. Slough have the ball. The referee says play on. The ball's with Dylan now on this left-hand side by the penalty box. Just plays it off the captain Kalitsky, and it's out for a throw-in. And Slough take it quickly towards Putman. Putman with the ball just on the edge of it. It's closed down. It's been defended well by Dunstable. They now got the ball with Watkins. Looking to break with Wharton on that far-hand side, who's disgusted that he didn't get the ball played to him. Ball's played forward, well won by Roach. Leaves the ball, but it comes through to Fraser, and Fraser goes all the way back to Scott, chased down by Talbot. Talbot almost gets to the ball as Scott puts it down the field. Flicked on by Warren Harris into the path of his brother Scott. Backheel by Scott Harris into the path of Warren Harris. Good defending by Reynolds on that far-hand side, though, for Dunstable. And he plays it off Warren Harris and out for a throw-in. We can't see anything, really, can we?
We haven't had the sun for quite a while, and it's blinding us at the moment. It's just awkward height.
It's strange. So we've had like snow, hail, rain, and now we've got glorious sunshine. Margate have equalised against Maidenhead United as the ball's just been flicked on, and Slough win a free kick again for a high foot, spotted by the referee, Mr. Knight.
It's an interesting position free kick here for Slough. It's about 30 yards out, right on the right-hand side. Yeah,
maybe a little bit longer than maybe like about 35, and it's literally on that touch line, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great position to cross it in though, and Putman's going to take this one in swinging.
Yes, Putman just lining up. Slough sent forwards Dan Hicks again just to add some height into the Slough attack. As Putman plays the ball. It's not the best of free kicks. It's headed clear by Talbot. The ball will break kindly to Fraser. Fraser dinks the ball into the box looking for a Slough player.
It's offside again.
The ball's rolled into the back of the net, but unfortunately it won't count as the linesman on the far hand side had his flag up for offside. So that's the third goal in 2 games that's been disallowed for offside.
Let's get rid of this offside rule. It's not very good, is it?
Well, not for Slough at the moment. It's game will start with a free kick, and we might just have to guess what goes on if we can't see. I can't even see the computer. That's how bad it is. Long kick by Head down towards Lee Roach inside the Slough half. Does well to control the ball. Gives it to Watkins. Watkins with a flick on, trying to find Talbot. It's been left. It will run through to Hollis. Hollis again with the clearance up towards Smith. Beaten to the ball by Papara. And the ball will go out of play, and Slough will have a throw on the far hand side. And nice to see Dunstable bring some away fans. The recent teams have brought some good fans, haven't they?
Yeah, last couple of matches we had.
Oof, two Slough players just collided with each other there. Lee Roach has just gone down there as if he's been smacked in the face by Guy Hollis.
The referee didn't spot it, neither did the linesman. I didn't see anything.
He's gone down and he's up now. He's complaining he's got a smack in the head. Mark Scott's got the ball, but he's about 35 yards outside of his goal. Ball's played forward, headed clear by Wharton. Ryan Hope does well to head the ball back for Slough. Breaks through to Hicks on the halfway line, trying to take some of the players on. Great challenge there by Talbot. Wins the ball for Dunstable, but Webb on the follow-up. Clears the ball out to Dylan. Dylan plays the ball down to Scott Harris, trying to control the ball. Does well to muscle Daniel Longer King off the ball, and I thought he'd done well, but the referee said it was a foul to Dunstable, which was quite surprising.
Looked like Longer King had pushed Scott Harris, but it's not how the referee saw it.
Yeah, it is actually Kettering 3, Cirencester 0 after 18 minutes. So Kettering, obviously buoyed by that victory at Rebels Tuesday night, have found their scoring boots. As Jamie Heed will take the free kick. Just looking for long ball over the top of the Slough defence. Hicks is up for that one, and again Roach has gone down as if he's been hit in the face, but the referee, Mr. Knight's having none of that, and Scott will clear. Long clearance on the far hand side, looking for Warren Harris. Well defended there by Reynolds, but it's balls out for a throw-in on the far hand side, about 15 yards inside the Dunstable half. Slough just they're going to leave this one for Guy Hollis to launch a ball in. Hicks will go forwards again for the Rebels, and Webb and Fraser will stay back with Roach. Dylan's just creeping up as well. and Hollis just throws this long ball in, aimed towards Hicks. It does bounce unkindly, breaks to Watkins, up towards Reynolds, now up to Roach. Roach does well to feed the ball into Talbot, hits it straight at Fraser, and Slough win the ball back through Dillon, who passes the ball out looking for one of the Harris brothers. It's going to be kept in on the far hand side by Scott Harris. Good play by him. Hits the ball straight at Papa, and it's out for a throw to Slough Town. And
Slough applying a bit of pressure in the last couple of minutes here.
Poole Town have gone 2-0 up. Frome Town are leading 1-0 at home to Biggleswade. As Slough have a throw in. It's literally about 6 or 7 yards away from the corner flag. And again, Guy Hollis has run across to put this ball into the box. That sun is at a really horrible height. It's right into our commentary position. Hollis just cleaning the ball before he puts this long throw in. Aimed towards Hicks. Good defending by Kolicki. It will come break out to Hope. Hope heads it to Fraser. Fraser just volleys across to the far hand side, looking for Warren Harris. It breaks kindly to Putman, and Putman shoots, and Hall just turns his back on it, hits him. Then it's towards Ryan Hope. The ball's in the box. Smith shoots! Oh, he's hit the crossbar. It's come down and bounced kindly into the hands of Dunstable goalkeeper Jamie Head, but the ball came to him fortunately there, Smith. He just turned, hit it first time, hit the crossbar, bounced down, not over the line. And the goalkeeper, Jamie Head, will be grateful it's bounced and no one could put it in the net.
Yeah, looked just for a second, looked like I was going to creep under the crossbar, but unfortunately didn't quite do that. Yeah,
the kick by Head just cleared up towards Wharton, and then the ball's played back to Mark Scott from Slough, looking for a ball over the top, looking for what it's going to break through to Ed Smith. Good challenge there, and Ed Smith does get another shot in, but he just hits it at Jamie Head as he was stretching for the ball and safely into the goalkeeper's arms. And Slough just getting a little bit of luck, maybe shooting on sight.
Yeah, basically getting a few chances now.
And Jamie Head just clears the ball down. It's been kept in by Wharton. He's flicked it straight at the face of Jai Dillon and out for a throw.
After a strong start from Dunstable in the first 5-6 minutes, Slough, you probably have to say, the better of the two teams, creating more chances and applying the most pressure.
Hall takes the throw quickly towards Watkins. Watkins back towards Hall. Heads the ball into place. Well won by Webb. And Hall first to the ball. Up towards Watkins. Trying to flick the ball on. And again, Guy Hollis and Lee Roach challenge for this. Again, Guy Hollis first to the ball. Reynolds with the headed clearance for Dunstable. Fraser comes into the back of Keeley side. Then Webb heads it. Still with Keeley side on that far hand side. Warren Harris with the tackle. Keeley side trying to go past two Slough players. It's won by Slough. And some tackles just flying in there. Reynolds has won the ball back for Dunstable. Cuts inside. Looking for the pass for Hall, just on the halfway line. Hall controls it, chased down by Putman, and Putman's got a lucky bounce to the ball here, but the spin has just taken it out of his run. He's still got the ball. He's got Dillon in on the overlap. Dillon's got the ball. He's got Wharton on him. Smith on the far hand side. He's got time. He puts a shot, and he fires that one over. And maybe the thing to do there was to pass to Warren Harris, who was on the overlap.
Yeah, it was great. It was well spotted by Dillon to find Smith in loads of space, and. Yeah, as you said, it's possibly better to give it to Warren Harris. You could have then put a low cross into Scott or back to Ed Smith, but Smith electing to shoot, and it was high and wide.
Dorchester have taken the lead at Hitchin. I can't see what's on the computer because the sun's right in our eyes, and I'm trying to see if there's any other goals going in. It doesn't look like it. I can't actually see what's going on. The ball's with Howard Hall. Clears the ball up towards Wharton. Wharton up against Dillon. Dillon does really well defending. Just got to push in the back there. And I'm not sure if the referee did give a foul. Did he give a foul in the end?
He gave a foul, yeah.
He did give a foul on Dillon there by Wharton. Slough have a free kick which will be taken by Hicks just inside their own half. Hicks just shielding his eyes from the bright sunshine here at Holloways Park. Puts a long ball into the box, headed by Kolicki. It's come through to Scott Harris. It breaks kindly to Daniel Longer King, who plays the ball forwards. And again, that battle between Lee Roach and Guy Hollis is won by Hollis. Only as far as Keeley side, just dinking the ball over, looking for the run of Roach. Holds up in the air, and Hollis again comes over, clears the ball down the line. Only as far as Keeley side is touch. Plays it up towards Roach. Roach does well to keep it on the far hand side. Again, Hollis is there. Slough the ball with Ryan Hope, clearing the ball over the top. Headed away by Papara. It'll come through in the middle to Webb. Webb just immediately closed down by a couple of players. Got to be careful. Gives it to Hollis. Hollis long ball forward. Can just about see what's going on. Up towards Roach. Roach up against Hollis. Roach does well, keeps the ball, plays it into Keeley side into Watkins. Watkins let it runs across him and tried to play the ball in, but well spotted by Fraser, and Fraser can bring the ball out for Slough, up towards Hollis. Long ball down, looking for the run of Scott Harris. It's over the head of Pepara. Harris does well to come across, but Pepara's got it back to his goalkeeper, Jamie Head. And it remains, after 29 minutes here, 0-0. And it's Dunstable with the ball, looking for the run of Wharton. Wharton and Dillon tangle. Dillon brings the ball away for Slough, looking for that ball over the top, and Warren Harris trying to get it. Jamie Head's way out of his goal, gets the ball, plays it up towards Lee Roach. Good play by Roach, but straight at Nathan Webb, and Slough bring the ball back. Webb out towards Warren Harris. The sun just blinding us here in our position. Warren Harris still got the ball, gives it back to Fraser on the halfway line. Plays the ball on the ground, looking for Scott Harris. Does well to hold the ball up, but good challenge by Kalitsky, and it's broken to Watkins for Dunstable. Watkins just inside the D of the centre circle, inside his own half. Again, looking for the run of Wharton on that far hand side, and Dillon does really well. Has kept the ball, and one of throws come towards Putman. Putman turns, gets away from Wharton, brings the ball out with him. Tries to play the ball across to Warren Harris. It's come broken kindly to him after Torber got a touch. Warren Harris still bringing the ball forward. Just overruns it a little bit. And Kalitsky clears only as far as Webb. Webb wins the ball back for Slough inside his own half. Chased down by Roach. Back out to Fraser towards Webb. Good 1-2. And again, they just overhit the ball against Slough. And it's broken on the far hand side to Webb, who keeps the ball in. Plays it down looking for Smith. Smith up against Pepara. Pepara does well. Comes across with his chest. And then just scoops the ball out of play on the far hand side for a throw in to the Rebels.
And the ball going backwards and forwards between the two teams, as no one seems to be able to get the right weight on their passes. Seems to be overhit every time. But Slough come away with a good throw in here, about 10 yards away from the byline.
Goals galore everywhere. Hitchin have equalised, and Chesham have gone 2-0 up. Balls with Webb. 25 yards out, hits the ball straight at a Dunstable player. Goalkeeper Head just comes and does well to control and get the ball off the head of Scott Harris there.
He's looking for a quick throw out, there's no one.
No, instead he rolls the ball out to Keeley side. Keeley side cuts inside, chased down by Scott Harris. Plays the ball looking over for Lee Roach, but Guy Hollis heads that one back, and it lands at the feet of Slough goalkeeper Mark Scott. And Scott just plays the ball out with his feet to Hicks, and Hicks will bring the ball forwards for Slough, crossing the halfway line. Not had a challenge on him yet. Gives it towards Putman. Putman turns. Still got the ball on the left-hand side. Back towards Ryan Hope. Hope, good ball in towards Dillon. Dillon's got time to turn. Look for a cross. He crosses it. Hits Smith on the back. Comes through to Warren Harris on that far-hand side. Warren Harris shoots immediately and just fires it over the top of the bar. And some good play by Slough here, and they've had a couple of efforts, not really testing Jamie Head too much, but
the few shots on targets we have had. I didn't hit the bar.
Yes, I did. Smith hit the bar.
Oh yeah, but the few shots we've had on target have been straight at the keeper, so it hasn't been tested too much. But Slough having the most shots.
Oh, and then the ball over the top from Jamie Head's clearance. Lee Roach chasing it again. He's up against Guy Hollis. Up on that far hand side in the corner flag. Lee Roach gives it to Watkins. Watkins turns, marked by Fraser. Still got the ball. Looking for some help. Gets a crossing on the far hand side to Wharton. Up against Dillon, and Mark Scott says that's my ball and gets it just inside his penalty area as the sun's back out and blinding us. Cirencester have pulled a goal back. It's Kettering 3, Cirencester 1. Long ball forward by Scott. Comes from breakthrough to Webb in centre midfield. Brings it out to Putman. Putman's got Dillon on the overlap again. Putman goes for that cross. Again over the top, looking for Warren Harris. Warren Harris keeps it in on the far hand side. Chips it to the far post where Scott Harris is. It's just over his head. Breaks through to Dillon. Dillon's going to drill a cross in. It's good save there by Jamie Head.
It's back to Putman as he looks to get the ball back to Dillon. Dillon puts a cross in back post, but it's just overhit.
And it's out for a goal kick on that far hand side. But again, good spell of play by Slough. And this time Head does make the save.
Yeah, and there was a better opportunity for Slough there. Again, a couple of crosses in and forcing the keeper to actually make a save. And yeah, some good play from Slough last 10-15 minutes here. All missing is that one goal.
Yeah, just delaying the game as Jamie Hedge just had to go and get the ball from the corner flag. Like I say, if you do want to contact us, you can contact us on Twitter at MyFC Rails Radio. And apparently, if you're listening on YouTube, if you scroll down on the page you're listening to, there's a bit that says comment. You can comment and say hello to us, or we'll give you a shout out. Well, I think we've had one person reply. It says Caswat 3A, that's their name. They're saying hi to everyone as Slough the ball in the centre midfield. It's 1-0 by Watkins and flicked on looking for the run of Roach, but Hicks brings the ball out for Slough, gives it to Dylan. Dylan can have some space to bring it to Putman just inside the Slough half. Putman turns, goes past Roach, skips past another challenge, still got the ball as Putman up against Hall, still keeping the ball well. Putman's doing well here, still got Dylan in attendance. Dylan does get the ball, cuts inside, trying to go past a couple of players, goes past Talbot, gives it back to Putman. Putman with the ball, looking for Hicks. Hicks plays it across to Slough. Slough just keeping a bit of possession football here, which is unusual. Back out towards Fraser, being chased down. Fraser chips the ball up for Hope. Hope flicks the ball on, looking for Ed Smith. Papara's up there first. And again, Slough with a throw-in on that far-hand side.
It's been given to Dunstable. I think he must have taken a late touch off Ed Smith.
And yeah, it's a throw-in to Dunstable on that far-hand side. Frome have just gone 2-0 up with a penalty against Biggleswade Town. So Frome's relegation battle is being enlightened with that victory there. Ball's just been knocked out of play again for a throw. And I think I jinxed it when I said there'd be loads of goals today. We played 35 minutes, it's 0-0.
There's been loads of goals in other matches, just not ours.
Yeah, so the ball's been thrown. It's one off Warren Harris, but out for another throw. So Dunstable will make another 15-20 yards down that pitch. And it's so difficult to see what's going on. The ball's been thrown on up towards Roach. Again, Hollis gets his foot to the ball first. Then Fraser's bringing the ball out for Slough. Gets the ball back on a 1-2. Stretches, just gets caught there, but the referee said play on. Harris plays the ball into the path of Smith, but beat into the ball by Papara. He plays it back to the goalkeeper, and his clearance isn't the best. He skies that one outside and out for a throw.
Let's give Slough another chance to put a long throw in from Guy Hollis. Apply
Yeah.
more pressure.
Hello to Keith Hanley, who's listening in York. So we're going as far as that. I believe on where did we go last week? Porton Rovers. We actually had people in Australia listening. Well, at least one person anyway. It's going to be a throw-in on that far-hand side, which Guy Hollis will take for the Rebels. Nathan Webb just makes a run there, pulling the player out position into the box. This one's deep in the box. Scott Harris with the header, and I thought they'd clearly come off a Dunstable player there. And out for but the referee says it's a goal kick, and so does the linesman. So
yeah, it looks to me like Scott Harris headed it at Paparo Kalitsky, I think. It looked like it bounced off them and went over, but not how the referee saw it.
No, so it's a goal kick to Dunstable. 0-0 is the score here at Holloways Park, and Slough may be having the better of the chances so far.
Yeah, we've had 7 chances to Dunstable's 1.
Ball's being kicked forwards. Ryan Hope wins the ball in the midfield. It's headed clear by Daniel Longer King. Played forwards looking for Smith, but cleared by Howard Hall. But his clearance is out of play on the far-hand side, and Slough will have a throw-in. And they're going to give it to Hollis to take the long throw. And he's about halfway inside his own half. The Dunstable fans are a little bit quieter now. There's a long ball played in. Scott Harris trying to win the ball. Breaks for Watkins inside the centre circle. Chased down by Webb. Plays the ball looking for Wharton. Does well to control the ball as Wharton. Keeps it in well. Just needs a bit of help. Good challenge there by Dylan. But Wharton gives it to Hall. Hall plays the ball forward looking for Talbot. Hicks first to the ball, and that hits the window here of our commentary box and bounces out of grounds. Need a ball. Need a ball. Need a ball. It's going to be quite difficult to get this game played without football. Yeah, someone's going to kick the ball across. There you go. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Up from the referee.
We'll just play spot the ball. It'll be a lot easier. So ball's finally come onto the pitch. So Hall will take this throw for Dunstable. Talbot and Wharton make the run for him, but he still hasn't decided who's going to throw it to. And gives it finally to Talbot, who plays it straight back to him. Hall gets the cross in. Cleared on the volley by Warren Harris. Only as far as Reynolds, who volleys it straight back down, and Hollis wins the ball for Slough. Only as far as Watkins. Watkins shoots. It hits Talbot. I thought it hit Talbot, but apparently the referee says it's hit a Slough player. and it's out for a corner. So second corner of the game for Dunstable. Keeley side again will take it on that far hand side, an in-swinging corner. He's just signalled his intention with what he wants to do. And Talbot just comes short, looking for a short corner, but it's going to be a corner into the box. Everyone's standing around the Slough goalkeeper. Good corner, that one. It's a free header there by Hall on the far-hand side, and just heads it wide. And Slough just not really under pressure from that corner.
No, I think the two corners Dunstable have had, neither of them being particularly good, haven't been too much problem for Slough to deal with. Yeah,
so Slough will get the game back underway. Mark Scott with the goal kick in surprisingly a non-muddy top that he's wearing. He's normally covered in...
He's not had much to do so far in this first half. Only one shot on target from Dunstable.
Yes, a long ball forward. Scott Harris trying to win the ball. He does win it on that far-hand side, up towards his brother Warren Harris. Harris goes to go past two players, still trying up against Reynolds. Good play here by Reynolds, but Warren Harris tries to beat him to the ball. He's got the ball in the far-hand side, but Reynolds comes back and wins it. Good tussle between the two. Warren Harris then wins it back. Gives it to Fraser. Fraser inside to Smith. Smith side inside the box, looking for some help. Gives it to Ryan Hope. Hope goes for the far corner. Comes out to Kalitsky. Comes out to Dylan, who shoots with his right foot. And it's come off a Dunstable play. It's a corner to Slough. Peter Jewell, who's listening, didn't realise that we could read the YouTube messages. Peter, we didn't until we learned how to do it today, so it's as much a surprise to you as it is to us. But Slough will have a corner.
First corner of the game. Ryan Hope's going to take this one from the left-hand side to be in-swinger after Dylan's shot was blocked.
First corner of the game, didn't we have one earlier? You sure?
Don't think so.
You sure? So Ryan Hope will take this corner for the Rebels. Looking for an in-swing. It goes near post. It's going right across the goal, and I don't know. It's gone out for another corner on the far-hand side. Ryan Hope's corner there just went across everyone, and obviously a Dunstable player got a touch to it, and it's lucky not to have gone in the goal. It must have literally gone all the way across that 6-yard box without a Slough player touching it.
Yeah, there's at least 10 players in that 6-yard box, and somehow we went through all of them. But Putman with this one on the right-hand side. Another in-swinger. Yeah,
this time he puts it again right in the box. Head with punches the ball clear. Only throw of Warren Harris, but he's beaten to the ball by Longer King, who heads it out. It'll be a throw into Slough. And this time they're going to take a short throw. I think Dylan's going to come across to take the throw for Slough. Takes a quick throw in towards Ryan Hope. Hope just turns. Tries to play it in towards Dylan, but it's won by Wharton, and then Dylan chases the ball back. It comes off Dylan, and Hicks is just complaining that they should have got the ball in a little bit quicker from that throw, as he was out of position when the ball went in. But it's a throw to Dunstable. 41 minutes gone here at Holloways Park. No score in the game yet. And Hall will take this throw for Dunstable. Aims to put it in. It's won by Webb. Good header by him. Up towards Scott Harris. In towards his brother Warren Harris. Up towards Smith. Smith with a touch. Then tries to chip the ball into the path of Warren Harris. But again, the impressive Dunstable goalkeeper Jamie Head's done well to get to the ball before the player did there.
Yeah, he's done really well to come off his line on a couple of occasions. And not really a sweepy keeper, but he has come out and blocked the danger on many times. And
again, Hollis wins that battle with Lee Roach. The ball's broken through to, and Hicks has won it in the centre of midfield for Slough, just inside the centre circle, trying to play the ball over the top for Scott Harris. Scott Harris in a bit of space here to keep the ball in. Just got Reynolds up in front of him. He's just looking for an option. That option's Fraser. Fraser tries to play it in first time. It falls. It's cleared by Longer King, but only as far as Webb. Webb chips the ball over to Scott Harris in an offside position, and on the edge of the box he heads it wide, but it's a free kick for offside.
Slough still trying to apply the pressure, but Dunstable will come away with a free kick here for offside.
Yep.
Right inside, just on the edge of the 18-yard box here.
Yep, Head will take this free kick for Dunstable. He's just signalling he wants a little bit of movement from his players. Chips the ball forwards. It's won by Hicks. It breaks kindly to Putman, but he's beaten to the ball by Wharton, who just seems to pull up there. And ball play forward, looking for the run. And Dylan comes across, and he has to get there first, and it's played out play. Sorry, Roach was the guy that's he's just pulled up a little bit as if he's got a groin strain. He's just trying jog it off a little bit, but it's a throw into Dunstable, just literally a few yards away from the corner flag. Again, Hall is the player that goes to take this throw for Dunstable. Just waiting for some movement from Wharton and Talbot. It's Wharton who drills the ball in, and Hex just heads the ball, gets his head to it, and it just goes over the top of the bar. It's a corner to Dunstable off Hicks's header that was back, and Mark Scott was just scrambling enough to get over there.
I think he would have had it covered.
I think it's Lee Roach is he's just pulled up inside the box. He's down getting some treatment. There's just see if there's some goals around the game as the player gets some treatment here. Apparently there was a bit of a needle between the game between Potters Bar and Aylesbury on Twitter, with the Aylesbury Twitter person saying that Potters Bar were an average looking side. Potters Bar are 2-1 up in that game. Kettering at home to Cirencester 3-1 is a half-time score. Wasn't it 3-1 at half-time here on Tuesday night?
I believe it was, yep.
Kettering having a bit of deja vu then. This time with a home victory at half-time.
Roach is just slowly making his way off the pitch. It looks like Dunstable are going to make a substitution here. Roach is going to come off.
Yeah, so Lee Roach is going to come off on literally 45 minutes here.
Number 12.
It's going to be replaced by Connor Coolcott, who was the player who scored the goal in the previous game this season between the two sides for Dunstable. He gave Dunstable the lead in that game. He comes on for Lee Roach.
Slough needs to be wary of him because he's their joint second top goal scorer in the league on 7 goals, just behind Talbot on 9.
And Coolcott makes his way in. It's still going to be a corner to Dunstable, which Talbot stands over. Coolcott makes his way into the penalty area, being marked by Scott Harris, and pulling at the far corner post. Ball's played into the box. It's over the top of everyone, and it's going to break through for Ryan Hope to clear for Slough. Hope does well, gets caught there as he cleared it, and the referee has finally spotted that. Just as I think it was Hall that was chasing the ball down, just caught Ryan Hope as he cleared it. Half time in the game between St Neots and Portland Rovers, 0-0 in that game. Half time at Stratford, 0-0. And we're a couple of minutes, we're into the 46 minutes, so it can't be long before the referee blows for half time here, as Scott takes his free kick, slips as he hits that free kick long. Harris chips the ball, heads the ball on, looking for his brother Warren Harris. Up against Reynolds, but good defending by Reynolds. Just lets the ball run and out for a goal kick.
We can't have too much long left. There hasn't been many stoppages in this game so far.
And Bedworth have just pulled a goal back just before the stroke of half time. So it's Chesham 2, Bedworth 1. And that is the half-time whistle here at Holloways Park. I said to you that between the 4th and 5th highest scorers in the league, that and the fact that all of these games have lots of goals, I told you there'd be goals. We haven't seen one. It's 0-0.
Hopefully second half will be a little bit better and get a few more goals, but Slough played well, just lacking those goals, as we said.
Yeah, I mean, a better performance now-wise with the ball as well. They're keeping the ball a little bit better of the chances between the two sides as well.
Yeah, and I think we'll also have to say Slough defended much better than have done in previous games. And Hollis has been fantastic with his pace to just deny Roach on several occasions.
Yeah, and then maybe because Roach is off the pitch, it will be a different... He may be up against Coolcott, who's a different type of player maybe for the second half.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And I think also the formations have helped Slough a little bit. Dunstable playing a 4-3-3 with 2 wide wingers. There's only one man forward and he's quite isolated quite a lot of the time. Whereas Slough playing a 4-2-4 almost at times with Putman and Warren Harris pushing forwards. And again, plenty of joy down the wings. Putman has gotten past his man several times. So we have to wait and see if there's any tactical changes from either team half time. But at the moment it's working well for Slough.
Yeah, and we'll try and give you some scores from around the grounds of the other games in our league. Half time is Froome 2, Biggleswade 0. We've got half time is Chesham 2, Bedworth 1. That goal from Bedworth just before half time. And like I say, if you do want to contact us, you can contact us on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio, all one word, or on this newfound thing that we found on YouTube. If you're listening, you're obviously listening on YouTube kind of thing. But if you scroll down the bottom of the page, it says somewhere comments. You can comment us, and we'll read your comments out if as long as they're clean.
Yeah.
We don't want any rudeness. Now that we know how to see these, look at this motley crew of Slough fans just walking past. It's like the unwashed as they just make their way through. Have you got some half-time things to do today, Will, or not?
We've only got a couple, not many.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
Not very much happens on this day.
How do you know?
Well, Wikipedia says there's not very much.
Well, you shouldn't use Wikipedia. It's not the best things.
They've got a long list of stuff which happens.
Half-time, just before you do your thing, is Weymouth 0, Redditch 0. So go on and you do your bit then.
Okay, so not much has happened, as I say, but a few things have. And in 1836, Samuel Colt patented his very first revolver. It's one of the first mass-produced gun of any type. I think it was a .34 caliber revolver. In 1936, there was the first flight of the Supermarine Spitfire, which is, I think, just known as a Spitfire. It's one of the best British planes ever, I think. Been voted a couple of times. And in 1982, the Soviet probe Venera 14 lands on Venus.
Go on, you got some more. You carry on with your birthdays as well. Go on.
A couple of birthdays. In 1133, Henry II, King of England, was born. In 1953, Tokyo Sexwale, who you might have heard of recently, as he was a FIFA candidate for the presidency. He lost, but it's his birthday today, and he probably has the best name ever for a FIFA candidate.
What was it?
Tokyo Sexwale.
When you had that written down, I thought it said Skywalk. I thought it was on there was a skywalk somewhere in Tokyo that had been built or something. Go on.
And in 1974, Matt Lucas, of Little Britain fame, was born. In 1982, Dan Carter, the rugby union player, was born. He's the highest point scorer in Test matches with 1,598 points. And to put that into perspective, that's 352 points more than second placed Johnny Wilkinson. In 1986, Matty Fryatt, the football player, was born, and he was one of the players in the Walsall side which Slough beat in the FA Cup about 11 years ago. In 1990, Danny Drinkwater, who currently plays for Leicester, was born. He might well be on the plane to France for the England team. We'll have to wait and see for that one.
Or he might be watching it home on the telly.
Well, he's been pretty good, and I think he's impressed quite a few people, so we'll have to wait and see for that one. And in 1991, Ramiro Funes Mori, who's a Everton defender, was born. And I think he's probably got to be one of the best goal-scoring defenders in their debut season. I think he's got 4 goals so far for Everton from centre-back. That's all I got.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
You're unemployed and that's all you got?
That's all I got.
Oh, that's not very good. A half-time score that had just come through was Cirencester pulled yet another goal back. So it's Kettering 3, Cirencester 2. And there's the 500 club draw just being done at the moment. Just wait to see who's the winner. Well, there you go. The winner of the 500 club draw for February is Ed Smith, the Slough striker. We'll wait for the second place. We'll just
trying to find a name.
Lionel, who's the programme seller, wins second prize and third prize. We'll just wait for this. Wait for the prize. Come on, tell us who it is. And then the chairman's son wins the other one. So the 500 Club is a draw where you fill a form in. It's on the Slough Town page. If you go onto the Slough Town website, you'll see it says 500 Club. You fill it in. It's £5 a month, comes out of your bank account by direct debit. Gives you the chance to win, as certain people have won today. Ed Smith may not be in the goals at the moment, but he is £200 richer for winning the 500 Club.
They might not get a goal bonus, but he has got his 500 club bonus.
Yeah, so the 500 Club, it's a form. You print it out at home, send it off to the club with your bank details in. Don't worry, there are no no Ugandan or Nigerian kind of African people just running that for you. It's run properly by the club. Your money is safe. We won't take your entire bank money out. But basically, you put £5 in, and then half the money goes towards the playing budget here. Half of it goes into the prize money. So Ed Smith's won over £200. Second place, I think, was £120. That's gone to Lionel, who sells the programmes here. And then third place goes to the chairman's son.
£105.
Was it 105? Was that one?
Yep.
So there's a good thing for you to do. So if you are sat there at home and you're fiddling around, just go on the Slough Town FC net, sloughtownfc.net, the website, and you can click that off and send it off. A good way to help your football club. It's even better as a present. Maybe you could do that for a loved one.
Yep.
Or if you don't like them, you could just do that anyway.
If you haven't got a Mother's Day present yet, it's a last minute one you can get.
Yeah, I'm sure that my mum would really love that as a Mother's Day present. Talking about Mother's Day, obviously, we wish all the mothers out there and anyone who's visiting their mums have a very happy Mother's Day tomorrow. We hope you all have a lovely time. You're taking your mother out?
Nope.
You're not taking your mother out?
Nope.
You tight. I'm not going to say. I'll be taking my mum out on Monday evening. She wants to go for an Indian. I said hopefully that's a restaurant.
Yep.
Not taking her to one of those speed dating places again. Not after the last time. Leamington are 1-0 away to Myfootballclub Town. That's a half-time score. And St Neots 0, Porton 0 is a half-time score. On this day, I've got differently for you. 1864, it was the first time that Oxford versus Cambridge competed in a track and field event in England. In 1918, Russia moved its capital from Petrograd to Moscow. 1946, Churchill delivered the Iron Curtain speech. It's not literally about curtains made of iron. In 1953, Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin died. He'd been in power for 29 years. And on this day in 1993, sprinter Ben Johnson was banned for life for testing positive for performance-enhancing substances. I'll try and say that properly. Maybe I need some just to speak properly. Yeah. He was banned after being caught for the second time in his career for using those. Maybe Slough would need some performance-enhancing substances like some Lucasade Sport or something just for the second half here.
Well, I think we've been playing well first half and created the most opportunities. We just need to find that clear opportunity which can get a decent shot on target and actually trouble the keeper, because so far I think we've had 4 or 5 shots on target, but none of them have really troubled Jamie Head in goal so far.
We've got to say hi to Robert I hope we get your surname right, Robert Mangarino, who's listening from sunny California. We did have a little bit of sun here as well, Robert, but unfortunately the big black sky that's just come over has taken that away. But at least that means that we can actually concentrate and see what's going on for the second half. So we are a couple of minutes away from the second half. Thank you for getting in contact, Roger. I hope you're he says he's enjoying the commentary. Maybe it's a little bit better than it was on Tuesday night when at half-time Slough were 3-1 down, and so they are looking to avoid a 4th successive home defeat in a row. Do we jinx it by saying looking so good so far?
Too late now.
There you go, you see. That's the commentator's curse, isn't it? A few goals from around ground. We won't give you the Premier League because we know that a lot of you like to watch Match of the Day and not know the scores.
It was a very interesting result in the early kick-off. We won't say what
Don't tell them.
But it was an interesting one.
It was just interesting. If you are listening, I know that Leeds are leading against Bolton, so the chairman of MyFC, Mick, who sometimes joins us on the commentary, he'll be happy with that. But here we're just substitutes are just warming up. Do you think that maybe Lee Barney may come on for the second half sometime?
Yeah, we might see him come on, try and add a little bit of pace into our attacking lineup. Wouldn't mind seeing Jake Parsons get a little run out as well. He's trying to come back from injury.
Yeah,
but
so
far wingers have been quite good, so there's no reason to take them off just yet.
Yeah, Slough with not a full quota on the bench at the moment with a few injuries, and you're coming up to the end. When it comes to the end of March, March the 31st is actually the cut-off point where non-league clubs can actually sign any players, whether it be on loan or on a permanent deal, unless it's an emergency loan for a goalkeeper. So March the 31st is the time. So Slough have got a good few weeks just before, if they want to see if they can get a few players in. The players are just coming out now for start of the second half. Slough players out, and Connor Calcott, who came on as a sub with 45 minutes for the injured Lee Roach, he's just warming up, getting himself fit as some of the Slough players come out. So we're not far away from kick-off. It did start a minute or two late, and we'll bring you the second half coverage. We are hopefully going to be at Frome on Wednesday, so it is a Wednesday night game. On we're just trying to see if there's going to be a coach. Someone will let me know, otherwise it's a long journey down to Frome in Somerset for that game, so hopefully we'll be able to broadcast from there. And we'll just wait to see. There's a man with a very dainty looking pipe just walking past. Is a Dunstable fan, and there's the man with the dog. I actually do know who that person is, but I'm not going to say who it is. And but it's a lovely little dog that he's got there, and he's got a little blanket for him. The floodlights are just coming on. The Slough players are out. Just waiting for the opposition, who are just starting to come out now. And most importantly, Mr. Knight, the referee, who's still to make his way out for the start of the second half. So apart from that, are you around next Saturday? Will you with us?
Should be, yep. Who are we playing?
Do you not know? We're next Saturday we are away. Again, it's a game that we may not be broadcasting from, dependent of the weather. We're away to St Neots next Saturday, and as a lot of these grounds, and Longley grounds aren't normally expecting radio people to come from, and although we've got a lot of our own equipment and stuff, there isn't anywhere to actually broadcast from at St Neots. Last year when we did the broadcast with John Porter, we were actually on a table in the tunnel. There's two tunnels at the St Neots ground, one for the players and one for some of the staff that work there and stuff. And we were actually on a table in between the tunnel with the rain coming in and pouring at us. So if it's like that, obviously because this stuff is electric, we wouldn't broadcast in the rain. But we'll see how that goes, and as usual, we'll tweet those kind of things out. And again, we'll tweet out if we're broadcasting on Wednesday night as well. We're just waiting for the referee now, who's here to start the second half. Again, if you do want to get in contact with us, contact us at My Receipt Rebels Radio on Twitter, or on the comment section on the YouTube page that you're listening from. Slough will be shooting from left to right, shooting to the main stand that they like to do second half. Dunstable will have the kick-off. The referee is just checking with the goalkeepers to make sure that everything's okay. Going to get the game going. He's just thumbs up to everyone. Just blow your whistle. Come on, get it going. Today. There you go. Game starts. Dunstable have the kick-off. Play the ball back to Hall. The right back plays a long ball up and straight out of play for a Slough throw.
Yep, it's a nice early start for Slough, getting the ball back straight away. They're throwing from Jai Dillon. Looks to play long for Putman, who flicks it on to Scott Harris. Let's try and plays that away for Warren, but that doesn't quite fall to him.
Yeah, so free kick there by a Slough player on the. It was Watkins in the end from the midfield of Dunstable, and Dunstable have a free kick which they're going to leave for goalkeeper Jamie Head to take. And although it's a dark sky, it's not been raining yet, which is thankful. Ball over the top, Calcott up against Hollis. Hollis wins the header again, and then cleared by Warren Harris. Up the line to brother Scott. Scott, a good Papara on his back, plays it into the middle for Ryan Hope. Hope hits the ball on the volley, trying to find Putman on that far hand side. Hall comes across, good challenge there by the right back Howard Hall. Good defending by him as he skips the ball from getting to Putman. The ball's been thrown on quickly by Ryan Hope towards Ed Smith, who's got the ball inside the box. Back towards Hope. Hope with the first time cross, cleared by Papara. Then a touch there by Wharton, plays the ball, and then Watkins and Keelyside bring the ball away, looking for the run of Calcott. and Hicks goes back to his goalkeeper Scott. Not the best of balls there, and just overhits it, and Scott has to react quickly. Plays it back out towards Hicks. Hicks goes past Talbot, then plays the ball down the line, but overhits that one and out of play for a throw-in. So Ed Smith, he's not had much luck. He's hit the bar once today, but he has won the 500 Club half-time draw.
Yeah, it's not a bad start. Hopefully he'll give him a bit more confidence and kicking on in the second half and gets a goal.
Hall with the throw on the far hand side. It's come through to Callcott, hits him on the back and runs out of play for a throw in to Slough. And Slough just no changes for the Slough side at the moment. The only substitution of the game is Callcott on for Lee Roach on 45 minutes. He came off just before the end of half time. Ball's in the centre circle with Watkins. It's cleared by Fraser, then flicked on by Warren Harris. Papara with a header, only as far as Scott Harris, who heads the ball towards Smith. Smith tried to black heel it into the path of Putman, and again good defending by the Dunstable right back Hall, who's him, and there's some good battles across the pitch, wasn't there? First half was Lee Roach and Guy Hollis, and then Hall and Putman and had a good battle as well, haven't they? Yeah,
there's been plenty of little battles all over the pitch, one-on-ones. Slough have come off better for most of them. As ball, just waiting for the ball to nope.
It's been cleared by Dylan, and then Longer King wins the ball. Comes through to Watkins, clears the ball up the line looking for Callcott. Callcott does well. It's a good header back by Hicks, and then Hollis passes it back to Scott, who hits it first time. Only as far as Longer King, who heads the ball forwards. Hicks underneath it, hits it on his knee, bounces through to Watkins, chips the ball over the top, looking for the run of Wharton, but Scott will get there first. And that's the end of the danger of that challenge, as most of the games in our league have got underway for the start of the second half. Scott just skies the ball high up to Warren Harris, who gets to the ball first, comes through to Reynolds, the left back, up towards Callcott. Callcott up against Hollis, and again Hollis wins that ball. Played forwards only as far as Longer King, who plays the ball forwards, and this time Callcott's got a chance to get to the ball, but Hollis is there first, and Hollis, good defending there by Guy Hollis. Good battle with Callcott, but it's out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just shields that one and lets it go out. Play, and it looks like Hollis a bit more of a challenge against Callcott, as he's bigger and it looks like he's a bit quicker than Roach was, but we'll wait and see for that one. Hollis comes off better in this 1-1 early on in the second half.
And what about the substitute for Slough, Gherkin Gockman? He's not seen a lot of first team. Would you give him a run in the team now with Slough virtually safe from relegation almost, but not anywhere near the playoffs?
Yeah, I think he's got to give a couple of the fringe players the chances to prove themselves. As when Gockman has come on, he's been pretty good, showing plenty of pace and energy and willingness. So yeah, I'd give him a run out. But so far today, he is a winger, and he hasn't. The two wingers playing today have been pretty good. So yeah,
ball's just been played forwards there by Putman, only as far as head in the Dunstable goal. Plays a ball out, looking for Keelyside. Flicked over the head of Sean Fraser. Now Keelyside's got space to run into the Slough box. It's on his wrong foot, cuts inside his right foot, gives it to Watkins. Watkins should shoot, but he catches that one, and that's way wide of the goal. He'll be disappointed with that.
I think that was intended to 246. But Watkins found himself in a good position, and he had a bit of time to shoot, but he pulled a shot wide, thankfully for Slough.
Yes, indeed. So Scots will get, there's 4, 5, 6 Dunstable flags behind the goal. I think there's only about 7 fans there, so he must bring a flag each as the ball's been played forward. Scott Harris wins the ball into the path of his brother Warren. Warren up against Reynolds. Reynolds does well to go back to his goalkeeper, and his goalkeeper just scoops the ball out of play as Warren Harris was charging down, and the ball boy here at Slough will be under a lot of pressure. There is someone filming the game here from Dunstable. I'm not sure if it's for highlights for the manager or whether it be available for everyone else to see, but someone filming. You just need to check maybe on Twitter or on the Dunstable account what's going on. It's going to be a long throw for Slough from Guy Hollis. Guy Hollis about 10 yards away from the corner flag. Hicks in the box for the Slough. Comes through to Hicks, goes over his head. Cleared by Watkins. Overhead clearance up towards Wharton, up against Dylan. Wharton does well. The ball will break kindly to Putman. Putman wins the ball. Dylan can bring the ball forwards for Slough. Bursting through. Evades a challenge up against Daniel Longer King. Just runs into a body there. And then the ball's played forward. Now Wharton can run at the Slough defence. Putman comes back and does really well to win that one. Wharton just throws his arms up in the air. He felt he's been fouled twice by Putman. Referee says no chance. Ball's with Dillon. Cuts inside. Gives it back towards Putman. Putman plays the ball inside. That's a bit of a loose ball, but Nathan Webb does really well for Slough to bring the ball up. Plays it into the box for Smith on the edge of the box. He turns, tries to go past Kalitsky, and he just sticks the leg out, does the defender, and the ball hits Smith, and it rolls out safely for a goal kick.
Yeah, there's one or two tackles going in there. Thrown. What was I going to say? Tackles going in, and Putman and Dillon looking like they're fouling and being fouled, but the referee didn't see it that way and played on. And Slough came away with it, and unfortunately Ed Smith couldn't quite get his shot away.
Nice. It's a goal kick which Jamie Head takes for Dunstable. Looking for Coolcott. It's well won by Hicks. Heads it into the path of Smith. Smith trying to release Warren Harris on this near hand side, but Reynolds, the left back, comes across. Oh, and he plays the ball and he's trying to keep it in. Good chase down there by Warren Harris. The ball was flicked up at him, and Reynolds was lucky that it bounced into his path. He couldn't keep it in, and Slough have a throw halfway inside the Dunstable half.
Yeah, it looks like Slough will be able to apply a bit of pressure from this throw, and so Sean Fraser's going to take this one. The referee's just telling him where to take it from.
Yeah, throws it quickly towards Scott Harris. Controls it on his chest. He's got two players on him. Gives it back towards Fraser. Fraser back out towards Webb. Webb just slips as he tries to take it, and Watkins can bring the ball forward now for Dunstable. Plays it over to Wharton on that far hand side. Wharton up against Dillon. Hicks has to run back to get into position. Plays it in towards Watkins again. Watkins trying to turn. Goes past Putman. Keeps going. Shoots it. Hits it straight at Dillon. And then Hicks doesn't get the best of clearances. It will fall kindly to Warren Harris, but a good challenge there by Longer King. Wins the ball back for Dunstable. Back with Keelyside. Keelyside looking for Hall, and Hall just gets to the ball before Putman, and Putman's effort means that Hall has had to chase that ball, and he's hit that a little bit too far out of play and out for a throw-in on that far-hand side. And just as we spoke about Gockman's just warming up on that far-hand side, looking to see if he'll come on and get some minutes for the Rebels here. Still remains here 9 minutes into the second half. It's still Slough 0, Dunstable 0. And Slough have a throw-in inside their own half. And it's going to be a long throw from Guy Hollis, trying to get Slough out of pressure. It's up towards Scott Harris. He wins the ball, only as far as Longer King. Just plays the ball forwards. Hicks with the header. Hits it straight at his own player. And then Sean Fraser has just volleyed that ball straight into... let's just say that Dan Hicks' nether regions would be the best way to call that.
He's felt that one.
He's still got his hands on them, so I don't know if he's enjoying himself or if he's just making sure they're still there. Long kick by Scott, flicked on by Putman towards Smith. Smith trying to chase his own flick on, trying to go past Kalitsky. Good skill by Kalitsky there. Just a lovely bit of skill inside his own half. Plays the ball forward, but only as far as Dillon for Slough. Dillon challenged by Talbot. Just shields his body off. Talbot goes down, clutching his face. And the referee has blown his whistle for a head injury. The Slough fans to the stand near us are, I don't know what you'd say, they weren't enamoured with that challenge. I think that Dillon just turned his back and Talbot ran into his back, didn't he?
Yeah, and then Talbot's gone down holding his face. Big cries of a foul from the Dunstable managers, but the referee wasn't quite sure what happened. He's waited for a second. Yeah, I think Talbot's holding his face and called for head injury.
The referee's just calling Dillon over just to stop. There's Hicks. Hicks is down at the moment. Like I say, he did just get a whack to his
man parts.
Man parts would be another good. He's just taken a little breather as the game stopped, and thankfully Super Kev hasn't had to treat those.
Yeah, I think you'd be glad he doesn't have to.
You wouldn't want any magic spray on that, would you? That was. I don't think. Well, you might want some Spanish fly, as they used to call it in the old days, but definitely not during a football match. That's for sure.
Not quite sure what the referee's going to do. How he's going to restart the match.
He's
talk
just
to Dunstable managers first.
Yeah, I think that the Dunstable manager wasn't too happy with the challenge, and the player manager is actually Fontenelle. He's got to be careful because. He could well get a booking before he even comes on the pitch, because that is an option to the referee. There's nothing going on at the moment. He's just chatting away to the Dunstable manager, who wasn't happy with that challenge. I don't know what's going on in the Merthyr Leamington game, but according to the person on the Merthyr Twitter, there was a scrum in the penalty box, and I thought they were playing football, but
wrong sport. Right?
Wrong sport. But there you go.
Six Nations until next weekend, lads.
So the ball's been played back by Dunstable towards Mark Scott in the Slough goal, and he can just bring the ball forwards. Long kick by Scott, well won there by Papara, flicked on by Watkins, only as far as Webb. Webb chases his own little flick on, but it's Wharton first for the ball for Dunstable, but only as far as Hicks. Hicks just overruns the ball, challenged by Talbot, plays the ball down. Slough with two players, Harris and Smith with it, and Harris just tries to push Kalitsky off the ball and commits a foul there. And it's out for... it's a free kick to Dunstable, and Scott Harris just thrown his weight around a little bit there.
Yeah, I think he was just frustrated. He lost the ball and he was trying to get it back, but he just mistimed his tackle. There's
a goal in the game between Weymouth and Redditch. Redditch, who's sitting third in the league, will not be happy. It's Weymouth 1, Redditch 0 is the scorers. The ball's been kicked forward, and Hicks is just having his shirt pulled there. Slough clear the ball, but then headed forward by Papara. Up towards Talbot. Talbot plays it out to Keelyside. Good play there by Dunstable. Keelyside's got Reynolds on the overlap, and Hollis just barges Coolcott off the ball there and then clears the ball out for a throw-in. As Dunstable just try and put Slough under a little bit of pressure here. And it's a quick throw taken in towards Longer King. Longer King just strides looking for Wharton at that back post. Wharton jumps a little bit too early. Dillon just lets the ball roll behind him, and that'll be out for a goal kick.
And neither team has really been able to get their foot on the ball in the second half.
No, 13 minutes gone here of the second half, and it still remains Slough Town 0, Dunstable 0. After I said that it would be a game with loads of goals and loads of action and controversy, we've seen absolutely nothing, have we?
No, not really. There's been hardly any fouls either to really talk about, other than the one we just had where Talbot went down.
So long kick by Scott. It's been flicked on by Scott Harris. It breaks through to Kalitsky, then it's cleared by Hicks up towards Longer King, but his kick can only come out to Warren Harris. It's flicked on by Keelyside, bit itty and bitty here at the moment. Webb's header to Putman. Putman just turns, gives it back towards Nathan Webb. Webb just goes past Talbot. Webb just plays a ball forwards looking for Smith. Smith can't get to it. Comes out to the captain for Dunstable, Kalitsky, and he just brings the ball forwards, trying to play the ball over the top. He overhits that, and this game is very scrappy at the moment. The ball rolls into the arms of Mark Scott, who just rolls the ball out to Sean Fraser for Slough. Fraser then plays the ball forwards looking for Harris. Harris being cuddled there by Papara, and then Reynolds with the clearance for Dunstable. Hope heads it towards Putman. Putman trying to get to the ball first. He does get there. He gives the ball. He's adjudged to have fouled.
It's a soft one there from the referee. Didn't look like Putman had done much to foul Kalitsky, but referee seen it as a foul.
And so free kick to Dunstable inside the centre circle in their own half, and they're gonna leave it for the goalkeeper Head to take. And it's the second half's been a little bit more lacklustre than the first half, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And neither team's really been able to get foot on the ball. Probably why neither team's created many chances, and I think we've had a single shot yet in the second half, have we? Can't remember one. No,
it's Head that's going to finally take this free kick when he gets the game underway. Plays it into the middle, looking for Longer King. It's headed on by Papara. It's into the penalty box. Dillon just challenged. He defends that really well with Coolcott on his back. Good defending by Dillon. He's had a good game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had a good game. He's kept Wharton quite quiet, and he's won the battles most of the times. And when he has got the ball, he's come forward well, and he's supported Putman, especially in that first half. The two of them are playing really well and put some good crosses in.
Yeah, not a lot of action going on today, but if you do want to get in contact with us again, you can contact us on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio, all one word, all lowercase, or you can contact us on the comments page on the YouTube channel that you are listening on, and we'll give you a shout out if you're listening in and say who you are. As it doesn't seem to be a lot of action going on, really, does there? Might as well you got an iPad or something that we can play on? There's not a lot going on here. It's going to be a throw on the far hand side to Dunstable. Taken by Hall, looking for Coolcott, back out towards Hall, up against Putman, does well to go past him. Again, he gets across, he hits it straight at Dillon, and then Hall wins the header, but only as far as Webb for Slough. Webb plays a good ball across here for Warren Harris, into his run. Harris picks up inside his own half, now runs at Reynolds, go past Reynolds easily. Plays it in towards Smith. Smith was miles offside there. Poor run there by Ed Smith, and he should have seen that he was offside. He was a good 4 or 5 yards offside when Warren Harris played that, and he didn't curve his run or make any attempt to stop it, did he?
I think you've got to say fair play to the defenders. They realised he was going to run offside, and they just held their line and let him run off. That's a poor clearance there by the keeper, but it's fallen kindly for Dunstable.
Up towards Coolcott, who does well to control the ball. Turns, plays it out for Wharton, who's offside as well. And this second half is yet to have any tempo or anything. The Slough fans behind the goal are as quiet as a mouse. The Dunstable fans behind their goal are as quiet. The two Dunstable coaches or whatever they are, they're leaving. They've had enough. Still got half an hour odd to go yet. Guys, don't go too early.
It's been a very stop-start.
I think he must be from Reading because he's got a Waitrose Reading.
I thought we can't mention Reading.
We're not. Well, I've got to say where he's from. Ball's broken to Warren Harris, just on the edge of the Dunstable box, up against Reynolds. Got Fraser in attendance. Fraser gets the ball, puts a cross in, a little bit behind everyone. Comes through to Scott Harris on the edge of the area. Breaks through to Hope. Hope just doesn't get the best of the ball. Plays a good ball in towards Putman. Putman cuts inside, loses it. Great challenge by Kalitsky, and Putman will rings the ball back, looking for a foul, and wins a foul. Yep. That was another soft free kick there from the referee. But Slough will now have a free kick in a really good position. It's almost on the corner of the Dunstable penalty box. It's just a little bit down the side. So where the corner of it is a little bit in, about a foot in, it's going to be Ryan Hope standing over this one for Slough.
And after Kalitsky had made a really good tackle to prevent Putman from going through, as he's trying to clear it, Putman was trying to hassle him and not quite sure where.
And the Slough fans with this free kick still not making any noise, are they?
No, it's been very quiet today.
So again, Ryan Hope's going to stand over this free kick for the Rebels. Dunstable have a 2-man wall. So a lot of pushing and shoving going on in the box. Hope with the free kick. Hits it too long, and that's...
wasted opportunity there.
Yeah, I think the idea was there, but he's just hit it a little bit too hard, and it's straight out of play for a goal kick. And... it's you maybe think he would have liked to have just whipped it in maybe a little bit more. He's hit it too far at the far post, hasn't he?
Try and have a cross-come shot in a way. Make sure it hits the back post.
Head with the clearance, headed away by Hicks, and then played forward. Hollis with the first clearance, and Hicks volleys that second one clearance. Kalitsky first to the ball, but then Webb wins it for Slough, only as far as Longer King, who clears for Dunstable, and that's going to be kept in just by Mark Scott, and who brings it back into his own penalty area just to get a little bit more distance on the... There doesn't seem to be many goals around in the rest of our league. There is a red card in the game between Margate and Maidenhead. Maidenhead have been at a player sent off as Scott loops a clearance high. It's won by Webber. Only scars Coolcott for Dunstable. Up against a couple of players. He's just been sandwiched there. He's the meat in a Slough Town sandwich as he's won a free kick. And just as I say, there's no more goals. Hitchin Town, 5th in the league, in the playoff positions, up against 9th place Dorchester. They've just scored through Alison Ann, so Hitchin lead 2-1 in that game. And that may lift them a couple of places, with Hungerford not playing today and Redditch losing at the moment to Weymouth. As Keelyside takes his free kick for Dunstable. It's headed clear by Hicks. It will break through to Putman, who can clear as well, but slips as he clears it. Only comes back out to Keelyside. Plays another ball into the top, looking for Longer King on that far hand side, and it's come off Scott Harris. It's a corner to Dunstable. Dunstable having a good little spell here in these last couple of minutes. It's going to be Talbot that will go across and take this corner for Dunstable. Now the Dunstable fans do make some noise on that far hand side. It just signals, Talbot signals what free kick he's going to put in. Virtually every single player is on the 6-yard line or on the goalkeeper's line. The referee's just going to stop it because there's some pushing and shoving. Scott's just trying to get clear so he can get to the ball. As the referee's just making sure that there's no pushing and shoving. Again, blows his whistle. Talbot will take this free kick. It's going to be whipped into the danger zone. Scott gets a hand to it. The referee sees some pushing, and it's a free kick to Slough. Always going to be the case, wasn't it? Once he'd seen something, as soon as the ball went in, he was going to blow.
There's so many players in and around that 6-yard box around the keeper. As soon as the keeper doesn't quite get it cleanly, the referee always blows up. But Slough won't mind, relieves pressure for them. And
the goal as an equaliser for Bedworth in the game. So Chesham were 2-0 up in that game. It's now Chesham 2, Bedworth 2. as Scott kicks the ball down. It breaks into Smith. Smith's got a bit of space to bring the ball forwards for Slough. Gives it towards Putman. Putman just controls. Chips the ball over for Smith. Smith checks it down on his chest. Cuts back. Gives it back to Dylan. Dylan does well. Cuts inside. Trying to play the ball in towards Smith. Smith just trips on the ball as he got into the box. And he's down and injured. But the ball breaks towards Webb. Up towards Ryan Hope. Hope does well to evade a challenge. Gives it back out towards Nathan Webb. Out towards Putman on that left-hand side. Putman up against Hall. Putman goes past him quickly. Plays the ball in towards Smith. Smith tries to get it. It comes back to Warren Harris. In towards brother Scott. Scott shoots. It's blocked. It's come through on the far-hand side. There's two Slough players. Smith and Dylan, one of them. It gives it back to Dylan. Dylan fires a shot. And he's hit the near post, near cross, what do you call that? Side netting, on the inside of the post. It's not a goal. It's 0-0, but good play by Slough.
Yeah, good bit of play, and had a couple of chances, just didn't quite fall kindly for them. But applying a little bit of pressure themselves finally in the second half.
Yeah, and still no real efforts on goal in the second half as Head takes this goal kick. It's won by Putman. It will break through to Webb. Good clearance by him. Only as far as Watkins plays the ball over, and it's a good chance it will come through to Wharton. Wharton up against Scott, and Wharton's gone down there. Brave play by Wharton, who's just run into Mark Scott, and Mark Scott does that thing that goalkeepers do where they jump with their a leg high, don't they? Yeah, they and Wharton's just ran straight into that leg, and then to top it all, Mark Scott's fallen on top of him as well. Wharton's down in the penalty box for Dunstable, but it's actually a free kick to Slough. So
Mark Scott is fine. He's standing up with the ball in his hands, but Wharton is down. It's even a bit of treatment here. And have a little break in play. It's probably going to take a minute or two to settle down.
So so it's just a free kick there. And as there's a break in play, I do, although it's Mother's Day today, I do have to say hello to my two gorgeous granddaughters who are at home at the moment. So I say hello to Livy and Lila. Hopefully I'll be back home to see you before you go back to your mummy and daddy later. And I hope that you finish making your Mother's Day cards. Not that they made one for me, because I don't count.
Well, you're not a mother, are you?
Only on a Saturday evening. You don't want to know about those. Mark Scott will get the game back underway for Slough with this free kick inside his own box. Aims towards Warren Harris, who's up against Reynolds. Warren Harris does well, flicks the ball on. Smith chases that ball up against Papara, chests the ball down, keeps the ball well. Papara puts a leg out. Good challenge by him, but the ball played forward is only won by Hollis. His challenge is closed down by Corcott. It's broken to Keelyside. Keelyside just inside the Dunstable half. Plays out here to Talbot. Talbot's in acres of space. Got a chance to run on the goal. Nathan Webb's had to come over for Slough, and it's drilled straight at Nathan Webb. And Talbot's indicating that he felt that it come off his hand, but it was hit straight at him. He turned his back on it. It's out for is it a corner it's gone out for? Is it a corner that's gone out for? Keelyside again will take the corner for Dunstable. I forgot who we were playing for a second there.
It's their fifth corner of the game, and Wharton has made his way back on the pitch after that collision with Mark Scott. Yeah,
and they've sent forward the centre-back Papara as well. Ball's played into the box. It's clicked in, its head cleared away by Dylan there. Another goal-mouth scramble. Putman trying to get to the ball first. It will break through to Watkins. Watkins' clearance is cleared by Dylan. Bounces up. Reynolds is underneath with Smith. Smith does well to win the ball. Gives it to Hope. Hope was looking for Putman. Putman had been defending. And a good challenge there, but well challenged by Webb. Plays it through to Warren Harris. It will break kindly to Dylan. Dylan just lets the ball go out of play. It's a throw into Slough. Come off last touch off a Dunstable player. We've played 25 minutes of the second half. Still remains here at Holloways Park. Slough Town 0, Dunstable 0. Fraser takes this throw for Slough up towards Harris. Harris wins the ball off from Longer King. Then Hope dives in. Ball breaks through Fraser. Just loses the ball to Talbot. And Talbot's clearance is shanked out of play and out for a throw. So not the best of second half so far.
Yeah, I think a couple of the players getting a little bit frustrated that the game's not settling down and no one's really getting any chances. Haven't made any substitutions yet, but it looks like Dunstable might be preparing one.
Yeah, so Hollis with this long throw, flicked on well by Longer King, only as far as Fraser. Fraser just plays the ball into Scott Harris, trying to flick it into the runner Smith. It's cleared by Dunstable. It breaks through to Hicks. Hicks comes across, dodges the challenger Corcott, but then loses the ball. And then And then that is a really stupid offside decision by the linesman there. It looked like Talbot was breaking through. The linesman had his flag up because Calcott went to touch the ball. And Calcott was in the offside position, but Talbot had won the challenge. He wasn't. But as it was, it's a free kick to Slough. They played it forwards for Smith, looking through. It's coming through to Warren House. Warren House plays it into Ryan Hope. Hope plays it just a little bit behind Webb, and Webb's had to check his run. Brings the ball out, trying to play it into Fraser, but well spotted by Keelyside. Can bring the ball forwards now for Dunstable. Hits it straight at a Slough player. Breaks kindly to Dylan on the far hand side. Dylan plays it up towards Warren House, but spotted by the centre back Kalitsky, who plays the ball forwards, and now there's a good break on here for Dunstable. It's 3 against 2. Great defending by Guy Hollis yet again. And Wharton again doesn't like the fact he felt he was fouled, but Guy Hollis has been everywhere today. And he's played the ball now to Putman. Putman cuts inside, dodges a challenge, back towards Dylan. Dylan's just under a bit of pressure here, going to go across the goal. He's got to be a little bit careful. He's looking for some space. Plays a poor ball up. It's won by Keelyside for Dunstable, but Warren Harris is trying to challenge, but Keelyside's evaded 2 challenges. Guess who's there again for Slough? It's Guy Hollis. Hollis plays the ball forward, looking for Smith. Kalitsky slides in. Good challenge by him. And Hollis just caught out, but Hollis is having an absolute barnstormer of a game, isn't he?
You'd have to say Hollis and Kalitsky have been fantastic for both their teams. Just cutting out anything coming forward. But Hollis especially, when he does get the ball, he brings it forward for Slough and sets off a counter-attack. As I think Wharton is down, injured. Dunstable can make a substitution here. Yes,
I think Wharton's just he's taken a few little knocks, hasn't he? He's the last moment of the game. He will be replaced here on 28 minutes of the second half, which is what, 73?
Yep, 73.
Who's he replaced by? Who was it? 15?
Yep, Chris Vardy.
Chris Vardy. We don't know if he's any relation to Jamie Vardy, but he's on for Gary Wharton. He's done a lot of running with not a lot of joy out of his performance, but he's done well for Dunstable. But substitute it is for Dunstable as they take a throw and just kick the ball back to Mark Scott there, who they kicked the ball out for treatment to Gary Wharton.
Yep.
And the ball was played back. And still not many goals around in some of the other games. Paul have just taken a 3-goal lead against Histon, as Scott gets a lot of height on his clearance. And it's won by Scott Harris. It breaks through to... I thought it was going to break through to Smith, but the referee said there was a foul. So it's a foul to Dunstable.
And Dunstable can make the final sub of the day, number 10.
Yeah, and taking off Keelyside, who's had a fairly quiet game. And he's being replaced by, I can't see the number, mate, turn it around, 14, which is Steve Wales, bit of a non-league legend in the local area. That substitution on 74 minutes. Steve Wales was once of Chesham and Hitchin, St Albans area, all played for that kind of stuff.
Be interesting to see where he plays, because when we played him earlier in the season, he played at right back.
Well, he'd finished the game at right back. He'd started left midfield, I think he'd started and finished the game right back. Head with this free kick for Dunstable, aimed towards Longer King. Guess who's there for Slough? It's Hollis. And then Fraser. Fraser's won a free kick there. I think he's very fortunate. He's gone to kick the ball. He's missed it totally. Calcott was standing behind him, and Calcott is judged to have fouled. But
it looks like Steve Wells has gone to left mids. So like for like change for Keelyside.
Keelyside's still on the pitch. So I don't know what really happened there, but Keelyside's still on the pitch and Steve Wales hasn't gone. We don't know what's going on. Keelyside plays the ball forwards up towards Calcott, but well won by Hicks. Flicked on by Webb, but only as far as Longer King. Plays the ball forward to Calcott, who does well to come back and win the ball. Plays the ball out here for the substitute Vardy, but it's out of play. So it didn't look like that substitute came on then.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Trying to spot if and see anyone missing, but don't see anyone.
No, we're not quite sure exactly what's gone on with that. That substitution doesn't look like it's happened. So Steve Wales on for Keelyside hasn't happened yet. Keelyside still on the pitch. His ball definitely went up for the substitution. Ball's been long kicked forwards. It's headed clear by Reynolds. It breaks through to Keelyside, who stands on the ball. Fraser plays the ball forwards, but a little bit behind Warren Harris. And then Dunstable bring the ball away with Watkins, looking for the ball over the top, running for the run of Talbot, but it's overhit And Mark Scott beats Talbot to the ball inside his box, and it remains 31 minutes gone of this second half. It's still Slough 0, Dunstable 0. As the ball's played forward, Harris trying to win the ball for Slough. Talbot flicks it on for Dunstable. Then Vardy heads the ball forwards for Calcott. Hicks comes across and defends for Slough. Just trying to play the ball forwards. Get up towards Putman. Putman can turn. Brings it up to the halfway line for Slough. Cuts inside. Gives it to Webb. Webb back out to Dillon. Dillon goes all the way back to his goalkeeper Scott. Scott will be chased down by Talbot. But Scott gets a decent bit of effort on that ball. Zach Reynolds with a good headed clearance for Dunstable. Falls to Fraser, who loops the ball forwards. Warren Harris underneath it. Hits Reynolds on the back. Breaks to Watkins. Watkins got Fraser on his back. Still got the ball. Trying to play it through to Keelyside. Keelyside up to Talbot. Talbot turns, but Webb wins the ball for Slough and brings the ball away. Looking for the ball over the top. So the run of Smith. Smith up against Papara. Papara's doing well to defend that. Runs into the corner. Plays the ball down the line, and then Nathan Webb's first to the ball. It's actually gone out of play. It'll be a throw in to Slough.
Right in the corner flag, and Slough thinking about making a substitution, but not just yet.
Yes, it looks like Lee Barney will be the player coming on for the Rebels, but I think they're just going to wait for this throw to come across. It looks like Dorchester have equalised against Hitchin. And we're just waiting for this throw. It's going to be a long throw in from Guy Hollis. Slough just holding back on this substitution at the moment. Going to play the ball in. It's a long throw from Guy Hollis. Hicks making a run. Hicks gets a flick on. It's come to the back post. It's cleared. And Slough just run away from the ball. Watkins first to the ball for Dunstable. Looking for the run of Vardy. Oh, and Mark Scott's way out of his goal. He slips over. And he's really fortunate that Chris Vardy, the Dunstable substitute, didn't see it. Because otherwise he could have just chipped it over the goal. Substitution for Slough. And coming off is Scott Harris. And coming on is Lee Barney. This is a proper substitution this time. We know this one's happening. And that's in the 78th minute.
And Keelyside has come off now.
And then the substitution for Dunstable has happened. And it's Wales coming on for Keelyside. So that actually happens in the 78th minute. Not in the 74th. We're just time zoning things, aren't we? It's just a different time zone there. It looks like Leamington have extended their lead. So Leamington lead at Merthyr 2-0. Dunstable have the ball with Watkins inside the Slough half. He's got Hope on his back, does well to turn, plays it to Talbot. Talbot trying to break the ball in, but a good challenge by Hope, and then plays the ball into the path of Hollis. Hollis plays it up to Warren Harris, and Warren Harris has got Steve Hales chasing him up to Reynolds, plays it into Barney. Barney's onside, first touch for Lee Barney. He's up against Papara, slips, gets for the ball in the box, shoots left-footed, but it hits it low and straight into the arms of the grateful Dunstable keeper Jamie Head. But already Barney's showed some good skills.
Yeah, he's good bit of pace and got well inside to Papara. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get any power on the shot. He was straight at Head, who gratefully just picked it up.
Yeah, so Head just kicks the ball long. It's going to go all the way towards Hicks, who chests it down. Then back from Webb towards Hicks. Hicks will play the ball forwards. Only as far as Reynolds. Heavy touch by Reynolds, but does well to win the ball back with Talbot. Talbot gives it back to Reynolds. Reynolds runs into a bit of space. He's got time to get a decent crossing. Hits it straight at Sean Fraser, and Sean Fraser brings the ball out for Slough. And then good challenge on him by Reynolds, but Slough win the throw. And Reynolds should have done better with that cross. He had a bit of space.
Yeah, he had plenty of players to aim for as well in the box. And yeah, he got Phil. The first time he's really got forwards, and he should have put a good cross in there. But Slough will take a long throw in with Hollis here, try and clear their lines.
Yeah, long throws, beating everyone. It's come through to Papara. It's up towards Hope. Hope does well to win the ball. Plays the ball over, looking for the run of Barney. Barney's up against Kalitsky. Kalitsky does well to defend that pass, and then he goes past Smith as well. Then plays the ball up well. Watkins chests it down, but headed by Fraser. Comes through to Longer King, who just hoofs the ball high up in the air. Hicks is underneath it for Slough. It breaks kindly to Dunstable for Wales. Wales trying to chip the ball now for the run of Calcott, and it just overhit it a little bit. And Mark Scott advances and beats the on-rushing Calcott to the ball. And then Scott, long clearance, looking for the run of Smith. It bounces out towards Warren Harris. Chips the ball forwards to the run of Barney. Barney controls it well, edge of the area, plays it in, and then just plays it behind the advancing Warren Harris. But the ball play forwards. Guess who's there for Slough? It's Guy Hollis, who brings the ball forwards. Guy Hollis must have been watching some Franz Beckenbauer videos, and then he'd been caught there by Talbot and then pushed Papara in the back. But Guy Hollis is he's turning into the new Franz Beckenbauer. There he is.
He's come forward to intercept the ball, and then he's beaten 3-4 players before Talbot just cynically sticks the leg out to bring him down. Putman's going to take his free kick just in front of us here.
Yeah, it's a good 35 yards away from goal. Just a one-man wall for Dunstable in the shape of Steve Wales. Putman's just clearing some mud from his boots. He's in that boggy part of the pitch, literally right in front of us. Just waiting for the referee to blow his whistle to get this free kick in. As Putman takes his free kick, that's a better free kick. Play it to the far post, and
it's a penalty.
He's given a penalty for a foul on Guy Hollis here, and from absolutely nowhere. I mean, it looked like the Slough players had stopped. Guy Hollis is. We said he was having a barnstormer of the game. He's just won a penalty for a foul, and Ed Smith is the man that places the ball down on the spot. It's Smith against Head.
Not quite sure who pulled Hollis down there, but there's quite a few players in there. Yeah,
I don't think many of the Dunstable players are arguing with the referee about that decision. Smith comes up to take it, drills it into the middle and low, and Slough take the lead on 37 minutes of this second half. That's 82nd minute. Ed Smith with the penalty puts Slough into the lead, and Slough had the chance of doing the double over Dunstable.
And that goal puts Ed Smith joint 10th top goal scorer for Slough Town in the all-time records, with I think 95 goals now to his name. But that all came from a great cross in by Lewis Putman, who put the ball right into that danger area, far enough away from the keeper so he couldn't come out to get it, and just behind the defenders.
Yeah, and it was the referee that gave the penalty and not the linesman. So the referee's just running back into position now. Dunstable will restart the game. They're 1-0 down here, and they start it quickly. They go back towards Hall. Hitchin have scored a goal. It's Hitchin 3-2 up now against Dorchester. Ball's headed out towards Putman. Putman plays it in towards Webb. Webb gives the ball back to Putman. Lovely little 1-2 play there from the Rebels on the far hand side. Up towards Barney. Barney comes closer, keep the ball. Back towards Putman. Putman keeps the ball, goes back towards Webb. Webb just plays the ball. Good ball across there from Webb towards Fraser. Fraser can bring the ball forwards for Slough. Stops. Gives it back to Ryan Hope. Hope then plays the ball forward. Smith trying to pass it into the run of Warren Harris. It's well spotted by Reynolds, and good clearance by him. Only as far as Dillon, who heads it down into Putman, and Putman just had Dillon on the overlap, but Putman's still going with the ball. Evades a couple of challenges, still going, places it, hits Kalitsky, and then Talbot can clear up towards Corcoran, but well spotted by Hicks. Back towards Putman. Slough just keeping the ball a little bit here. The ball with Nathan Webb. Chips the ball over, looking for goal scorer Smith, who's up against Kalitsky, the captain of Dunstable. Smith's still got the ball on the far hand side, looking for Dillon. Oh, he's just nutmegged him well there, and then he's just got caught, and that's a free kick to Slough. Smith just nutmegged Kalitsky, the Dunstable captain, on that far hand side, and Kalitsky tried to turn and get the ball. He just clipped Smith there, just on the outside of the penalty area, didn't he?
Just get back at him as Smith would have been into the 18-yard box and looking for a cross into the box. I almost just misread something that was tweeted by Weymouth there, and it just flashed up on my eyes. It just says Weymouth FC have tweeted "Cop off, 1-0 on." I was thinking, cop off? What are they watching? Apparently Jordan Cop's the name of their right back, just to confuse us. Slough have a free kick. It's going to be Ryan Hope who will take this one. It's almost like a corner. Dinks this one to the far post where Warren Harris heads it back in. That looked like it hit Reynolds, and Reynolds can bring the ball forwards for Dunstable. Up towards Vardy. Vardy just get caught there by Dillon. Dillon claiming that he didn't get a touch, but it's a free kick to Dunstable on the halfway line. The foul by Jai Dillon on Chris Vardy. It was a good tactical foul, I think, there. There's Dunstable on the breakaway. But now they've got a free kick in the halfway line, which shouldn't cause Slough too many problems as long as they defend it properly.
Lee Barney's just being told to walk back a few yards from by the linesman here. He's still not 10 yards. If that's 10 yards, he really don't want to be a carpet fitter, that's for sure. Talbot will have this free kick. I don't understand why Lee Barney not walking back, because otherwise he'll get a yellow card. Talbot takes this free kick for Dunstable into the box. where it's loaded. It's headed clear by Nathan Webb, then headed on by Corcoran. It's still in the box, and it's Longer King who tries to get it in through. Then cleared by Smith, only as far as Wales. Wales hits a shot. It's still in the box, cleared by Hollis, and then Webb clears the ball into the corner where Smith will keep it in for the Rebels, and then runs it straight into Steve Wales. The ball's actually come off Smith, and it's a throw-in to Dunstable. I think Smith is disappointed with that decision. He thought it clearly came off the Dunstable substitute Wales, but as it is, it's a throw-in on the far hand side. Hall will go across to take this for Dunstable. We are into the 86th minute here, and it's Hall with a long throw-in for Dunstable. He's just winding this throw up on that far hand side into the box. 6 with the first header. There's a push on Barney. It's come off Longer King, and it's out for a Slough goal kick.
Now, it looked like there's quite a few pushes from Dunstable players there, but the referee didn't spot them. But Slough come away with a goal kick and can relieve this pressure.
The game of the day is Kettering versus Cirencester. It's now Kettering 4, Cirencester 3. I believe Cirencester had pulled it back to 3-3 at one stage. Just a lack of tweets coming through there, unfortunately. So Scott will get the game back underway with a free goal kick. Can't even say it. Goal kick from Mark Scott. Played it forwards. Kolitsky and Barney with the ball. It's come through to Ryan Hope, who hits the ball over, looking for the run of Smith. Smith up against Papara. Smith heads it on into the path of Barney. Barney into the box. Gets a chance to shoot, shoots, and drills it straight at Jamie Head, the Dunstable goalkeeper, who can't control it, and it just bounces out for a corner.
Yeah, it was a really tight angle there for Barney, but he hits it hard and low. Forced keeper to make a save, and he couldn't hold on to it. It was a good flick on by Ed Smith to beat Papara to set Barney through. Putman
just jogging over to take this corner for the Rebels, who lead here at Holloways Park with roughly 2.5 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on for the rest of the game. Putman to take this corner. It's going to be an in-swinging corner from the Rebels. Hits it to the near post. It's flicked on. It's flicked on in the middle by Webb. It's come through to Warren Harris, who's tried to hook the ball back, but it's out of play and out for a goal kick. And Slough, first time I've really seen him do a near post corner routine.
Yeah, and it nearly came off, but unfortunately 2 flick-ons and no header towards goal.
Oh, lovely volley there by the Slough manager, John Underwood. Just booting the ball down the pitch as the ball had come off a Slough player for a throw. And it's going to be a throw. Taken quickly by Dunstable, looking for Vardy. Guess who's there again for Slough? It's Hollis. Heads it into the path of Nathan Webb. Then Putman just gets to the ball, and it's going to come off Longer King from Dunstable, and it's out for a goal kick.
Just as the sun breaks out once again right in our eyes.
Yep, and we've got about a minute or two left of this game here. It's Slough Town 1, Dunstable 0, with that penalty in the 82nd minute by Ed Smith for a foul on Guy Hollis. And we're just the sun is just blaring down right in front of us now. We're just waiting for Mark Scott to get the game underway. Just taking his time with this goal kick, and hits it long, aimed towards Scott Harris. It's not Scott Harris, Ed Smith, sorry. Ball's broken tiny to Hicks. Hicks puts ball forwards, but won by Hall. Hall plays the ball over, chested down by Wales into the path of Watkins. Watkins plays the ball forward. Dillon comes over for Slough to clear, but only as far as Talbot. Talbot goes past Fraser, in just on the edge of the penalty box, comes back towards Reynolds, who's helping out from the left back position. Reynolds puts a cross in. It's been left. It's come through. Dunstable appealing for a penalty, but the ball breaks kindly to Putman. Putman just plays the ball now up towards Barney. Barney with the ball on the halfway line. Cuts inside. Still got the ball. Plays it up towards Smith. Smith's got a bit of space up against Papara. He's got Ryan Hope with him, but good defending there by Reynolds. And then Head clears the ball long, but Wales can't keep it in. It's out for a Slough throw.
And there was a couple of shouts for handball there by the Dunstable players, but I didn't see it, and neither did the referee. And Slough have a long throw-in from Guy Hollis on about the halfway line here. The sun's right in our eyes at the moment. It's come through.
Yeah, it's in, headed clear by Papara, and Wales again can't keep the ball in. Slough have another throw. This time they're going to leave it for Fraser to take.
It's about 10 yards inside the Dunstable half this time.
Yeah, it looks like Dunstable leaving a Longer King up forwards as a striker. Ball's with Warren Harris. He's got Reynolds on his back. Ball breaks through to Smith, who breaks forward to Warren Harris. Back towards Smith. Smith at the byline. Plays the ball back. It's come through to Warren Harris, who's just clipped a shot over the top of the bar and out of play. And Gary House, the match day photographer here, who's also today's sponsor, has given his man of the match to none other than a name we haven't mentioned at all in this game, Guy Hollis. And that Guy Hollis clears the ball long out of play out, and we can't even see what's going on. It's a throw-in on the far-hand side, which Hall will take for Dunstable on the halfway line here. Long throw forwards. It's won by Vardy into the path of Talbot. Talbot does well to keep it on that far-hand side. It's won a free kick for a foul there, and Dylan's got to be careful. He's just kicked the ball away there.
The referee's just going to have a little word with him, but no more than that. I think Gary House made the right decision as man of the match. Guy Hollis has been fantastic
Full-time score is Stratford 0, Bideford 0. It's a free kick on the far-hand side. Talbot will take this for Dunstable into the added on time here at Holloways Park. Slough just won't have a wall. Putman will get back into the box. It's a good ball in. It's played in. It's a header forwards, and Mark Scott does well to save there. And it was a header from the right back Howard Hall. He got it on target, but Mark Scott gathers that one and then just dives on the floor just to waste a little bit more time, just to eat the time up. We're into the 47th minute here at Holloways Park as Scott kicks the ball long. It's cleared by Kalitsky, and then Fraser's in a foot chase here with Wales, but won't keep the ball in. It's a throw into Slough deep inside their own half as a cloud just comes across us, and we can just see it for a brief spell, then the sun comes back out again. We're still waiting for this throw. It looks like Hollis has gone across to take this throw for the Rebels. And that's the final whistle here at Holloways Park. A goal in the 82nd minute. A penalty by Ed Smith is what settled the game between these two sides. Slough have done the double over Dunstable this season. A team who have won a lot of games. They've been high up in the league. Dunstable have won 16 games this season, only lost 11. So that's their 12th loss, and 2 of those losses have been against the Rebels.
Yeah, I think probably have to say Slough deserved to win both matches. This one, first half was mainly all Slough, and the second half was a bit 50-50, but you'd have to say Slough maybe just edged it and got a bit lucky with giving the penalty, but when they got the chances they took them.
Yeah, I think you've got to say that the referees had a good game. We're just going to see what the Dunstable manager's maybe not too happy, but he's shaken the referee's hand. And it's finished here at Holloways Park. Slough Town 1, Dunstable 0. Slough put that horrible, endless run of home defeats behind them. They've come away with the 3 points here, thanks to a penalty. The Slough fans are just being given a good round of applause as they leave the pitch. Man of the match by Guy Hollis, as the Dunstable players just go and congratulate or commiserate really with their fans on that far hand side. Guy Hollis easily man of the match.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, he's fantastic in the first half and second half. I think if you give him man of the match overall, it'd been between him and Kalitsky, but I think near the end of that match he really showed how good he was and clearly came away with man of the match.
Yeah, the Dunstable players are just having a little huddle on that far-hand side as the people go off. So just a reminder, we will try our best to be at Frome on Wednesday night to try and broadcast. If we can get travel down there, then we'll be broadcasting there. And then again, same on Saturday when we'll be playing St Neots away. As long as the weather's okay and we can get some decent facilities at St Neots just to broadcast, we will be with you. We'll just try and give you some of the scores from around the grounds as they've come in. Weymouth were leading 2-0. A final score was Stratford 0, Bideford 0, St Neots 1, Poulton 0. Full time Merford 0, Leamington 2. We've got Frome 2, Biggleswade 1. The sun just blasting straight into our eyes, so we can't really see. Final score was Weymouth 2, Redditch 0.
Last we saw, Kettering did hold on to that 4-3.
Yeah, they were 4-3.
If that is the final result, Slough will move up to 13th place above Cirencester.
And I think that's about it for us today. So again, we wish everyone a good weekend. Have a happy Mother's Day tomorrow. Let's hope all the mums are being treated Unless you're Will's mum, of course, then she'll still have to be cooking the roast dinner, unfortunately, because he's a meanie. But until then, hopefully we'll be back on Wednesday. Hopefully we'll be back on Saturday. If not, we'll wish you all the very best for the rest of the week, and we'll speak to you all soon. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Paul Robertson. Yeah. Where do you see him?